sick. I'm too sick. I'm too sick. Yeah, yeah, what? Hey, you know. I be like, watch your mouth. They ain't know how far I take it. They ain't know it's my house. Everything I do is to offend. We wanna all win, got a top 10. But I top your 10. But I top your bins. But I top your M's. But I chop your limbs. Going crazy, put it on my unborn kids. I'm not an angel, but I'm fly. That's on my sins. Yeah, I don't never pretend. I don't never
Yo, what's good? What's happening? We back. Brand new episode of Black Otakus Culture. Of course, it's your boy Chris J. Got most of the squad here. Got Trail Sav on here. Cam here.
Yo, what's good?
Gameplay Master Supreme. So hey, but yeah, so we all here. DC will hopefully join us later, and we got a couple housekeeping things. If you enjoyed the new theme song, shout out to our boy Chad's Vibe, always hooking us up. Make sure you support, check out his music. Pre-order Durag Season will be out August, I believe. And he got a new EP, Spreading Wings like a Raven. Make sure you cop that, stream it. We appreciate it. If not, I will turn to Suge Knight and come to your doorstep, take your iPhone, and make you buy the shit. Plain and simple. So, I've done that to people so far. I've done it to people at work, so I don't play that shit. But anyway, so make sure you support Chad's Vibe. And make sure you copy some merch, utweakingmedia.net. Free shipping, UTM Ships, UTM Vibes 10. And also, we have new content on the YouTube page. As our boy Cam has literally sat there and said, hey, you guys probably sitting there like, damn, he really breaks down the game for 30 minutes at a time. I really want to know how he is while he's playing the game. Well, now you can watch 2 videos on the way to be 3 if I'm playing Near Replicant on the YouTube channel. So make sure you check out the Black Otaku Plays content we got going on. Cam already started. I will be joining shortly. So you'll probably see me probably raging random shit as well. But make sure you check out that content as well. We got new Timeless Vibes episodes, new Threes from the Rings episode on there as well. So make sure you check out the content we got. But let's go ahead and get into this because we got not a lot to talk about, but also a lot to talk about as well. Because we got a lot of shit. So we're going to change this episode up a little bit. It's really going to be really watching heavy. Honestly, just going to keep it G real. So we will be talking about Falcon and Winter Soldier, Invincible, and the Mortal Kombat movie. This episode will be centered around that. So if you want some anime, this season is very slow. Deal with it.
I would say it's a lot of good shows out right now.
Yeah, it's good shows. It's good shows. But
for the most part, not really. Except I will say this. Megaloboxing has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
I took the last week to catch up to the current season that we're on right now, and my God, it has been a ride. Probably gonna be my anime of this season, probably anime of the year. It's been really good. So check out Megaloboxing.
Yeah. Megalobox is pretty much the star, and we can't see Shaman King until Lord knows when. So but it is good stuff. It is good stuff, but the stuff we're about to talk about is a lot more important. So we're known for this podcast for slander. It's in the new theme song. Literally. It's literally a bar in there about slander. This is what we do. And we're going to start off what we do best, which is slander. So we will hit the Mortal Kombat movie first. And as you can already see in Daytrail's current Zoom name, Steve Blackman cosplay, I already know what the hell he's talking about. So we will talk about the new Mortal Kombat movie. It's available on HBO Max. You can go see it in theaters. Mixed reviews.
I really hope you didn't.
I wouldn't call it mixed. Mixed as in, like, okay, that's a weird mix. Yeah. Because it's not mixed reviews as people saying it's good, it's bad. Everybody has the same fucking opinion of this movie.
Yeah.
Action's really good. The rest of the shit is ass. There's literally, if you look at anybody who talk about the movie, they will say the exact same thing. Even I found there's a lot of people on like Twitter that, either Chris follows or I end up slapping a follow too because I want to see, broaden our space. even when I want like my basketball and wrestling Twitter page, there's people who talk about it and they say the exact same things everybody else would say. Yeah. Though I feel like, even in my humble opinion, I probably rate this movie worse than everybody else just because maybe I am more of a Mortal Kombat fan than a lot of people. And that just comes from childhood, things of that nature. I don't have like I'm not going to say I held this movie up to a standard that this should be held up to, because like I was talking to the boys of the podcast yesterday, the boys on the party yesterday, the bar for video game movies is fucking hell. So there is no fucking me having a higher.
The last good one was Sonic the Hedgehog.
Even then,
and if we don't
even then, that's like
let's
7-8 out of 10.
Let's put the cap on that, because that's not a video game movie no more, because Sonic the Hedgehog is bigger than a fucking video game. That's a fucking mogul at this point. That's like saying a Mario come out with a movie. We're not gonna look at a Mario movie as this is another video game movie that come out. We're gonna look at it as an animation movie that you put up there with Pixar, put up there with DreamWorks, shit like that. So I'm not even gonna disrespect Sonic like that, even though the people who created him disrespect. I'm gonna say this: the last good video game movie was probably Wreck-It Ralph. But that's considered not a video game. The first one. I did not say 2. The 2 was too much of a what's that called?
It was not.
They went 3 million on fan service. You know when a movie go crazy if it's in an animated realm on fan service when they put Candy Crush in it? Guess what? Old women play Candy Crush. So I'm not gonna go and watch a nigga play, this Candy Crush. Hot Dog is a good movie.
Let's take everything that made the first movie good and toss it off the shelf.
Even though the first movie lied, it was like, yo, we got Sonic on the cover. We got Mario right there. Princess Peach.
Sega Nintendo said, take that shit out.
That was a check.
Yeah, but like Wreck-It Ralph was a really good movie. I would tell any kid to watch that movie. It has a really good thing when it comes to anger. And I'll be speaking it to my youth group next week about anger and shit like that. But no, I know we usually run through the movie. Okay, let me go about this first. I'm not guiding the conversation whatsoever. And Chris just said the slander podcast, that is us. Now, there's different levels of slander in this podcast. You got the Chris, you got the Cam. Cam, very critical, slanders a lot. Chris, right there in the middle. Me, I don't slander as much, unless I'm personally offended. And I was offended, okay? You know what I'm saying? So, in order for me to do my review, I want to do something real quick. Don't mind me being fat. I'm working on that, right? But I want to show y'all. I bought these lights, right? Take a look at my room, right? Take a look at the go-to picture like that. Looking nice. Look at my remote. I have a remote for these lights. Here you go. So there's a setting on these lights. And this setting right
Demon
here
time.
talks. The lights go with my voice. So I'm about to annoy the fuck out of everybody who watched this video.
Bro.
Just like
poor eyesight is going crazy right now.
Just like the niggas that annoyed me in that movie. I don't want to run through the movie. I don't want to say this what happened, that's what happened. Because it's fucking free technically. So just go spend the fucking $7 and watch it your fucking self. How much it is. But that movie is so ass. Now, I'm going to stop the crazy lights for like 2 seconds and show y'all something. My name is Steve Blackman Cosplay. There's a reason for that. Cole got his powers, and he had some of the two of the worst weapons in fighting game history. In fighting history was fucking keto sticks. Is that what they call it?
No, they're called
Tonfas.
Tonfas? Okay. Yeah. So, I'm going to show y'all who the fuck Steve Blackman is, and I'm going to change my lights because I'm getting a miter headache.
You getting a headache.
That is Steve Blackman.
Yo, he really do look like Cole.
Steve Blackman is personally one of the worst, not worst, because me and Chris are Steve Blackman fans.
I respect Steve Blackman.
Steve Blackman, right there. It's so funny, because when Steve Blackman used to run to the ring, he used to roll with the fucking sticks and start doing this shit. Cole is so ass that he barely did that. Now, the reason y'all can talk about the movie in terms of like, I will talk when y'all done. I'll talk about some more stuff I hate, but I want to particularly put this part on Cole and why Cole is bad. Now, listen to me. I'm not going to say an original character in a show is bad. That's cap. I think sometimes original characters make things fresh. I would say, for instance, if I'm trying to think, there's a lot of places you can't put an original character. Say, for instance, you place a movie in a certain universe. Like if you place a movie in the Last of Us universe, an original character will help that. Yeah. Because so much is focused on them two main characters that if you fuck that up in any type of way, people will cry like some bitches. So, and it happened. Now, you put an original character that has nothing to do with Ellie or that. You gotta do some good ass promoting because it's gonna take a lot for niggas to be, not bitches to say, why are they not in the movie? You're gonna do a lot of promoting. But a character like that will help. If you're doing a Left 4 Dead video game, having an original character will help with that universe. But in a situation like this, where the main part of Mortal Kombat is the fucking characters, you don't put an original character in MK. MK done that before in their video games. And I will tell you this right now. Nobody can name those video games, but probably me and Chris. Two. What's the two, Chris?
Wait, you said original characters for Mortal Kombat?
Yes, two. It's two original characters. It's two. It's the one in Deception and one in Armageddon.
Oh, Shujinko.
They never came back. That's how they original characters.
Yeah, Shujinko and Daigon and his brother Tagon, or what the fuck it was. Yeah.
Taven and I think his brother Dagon. And what's the nigga name from Deception that no one liked?
It's Shujinko.
Those
I don't know who you're talking about.
Those three niggas were the worst addition to those games. When you have a wealth of story, Cole himself hurted everybody else's character in that show. The plot did too, because the plot is fucking retarded. But Cole himself as a character hurted everybody else. Character number one that it hurted. The main character of Mortal Kombat series in itself, fucking Liu Kang. Why would you create a whole character where you have Liu Kang, who literally is the story made after? The fucking dragon in the Mortal Kombat logo is Liu Kang's fucking super. So you take Liu Kang was such a bitch, right? There's this funny scene that's going out of when what's that nigga name with the hooks? Even
Cabal.
though he's not
Cabal,
a character yet.
who was
Cabal.
a really great character.
So there was a moment when Cabal had Liu Kang. One, Cabal, a nigga who made fucking feet and still running, was holding a demigod by the fucking neck, while his cousin, or whatever the fuck Kung Lao is to him, was like, yo, his soul sucked right now. And he couldn't do shit. Mind you, the fucking lines in that movie, fucking horrible. He's getting his soul sucked right now. It's gonna be a meme for like fucking like forever. Every time they added a fucking get over here or your soul is all that shit made my fucking face scrunch up, bro.
Hey, member.
Easter eggs and member berries. Member berries and Easter eggs.
Oh, this is a fucked up Easter egg, bro. The fucking uppercut. That is an Easter egg that a lot of people don't understand in the Mortal Kombat series because they probably. But an uppercut, you get the woohee because an uppercut is synonymous in the Mortal Kombat series. This nigga whole fight against Goro was decided with a fucking uppercut.
Uppercut him, Dad.
One, Goro, and another character, this nigga fucks up, and this is me coming from a Mortal Kombat fan. So if you liked it because you liked an action movie, fuck you. But another character that he bust up was Kung Lao. Kung Lao's whole story as a character is to whoop Goro's ass because the nigga he's named after him, Goro killed. So there's no reason for this nigga, Cole, by the way, we don't know his last or first name. We just go by Cole.
Hisashi.
I think it was Young.
Hisashi.
Oh yeah, because he's fucking so.
No, it was Young.
Basically,
it was Cole
it's
Young,
but it's Hisashi. I don't care. I'm not.
That was Hisashi. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I was proven wrong you know, because his fucking name is Cole. But so that's his character. Other characters that just get fucked up by the plot in general.
Sonya,
we gonna get to that. Jax. And I put my middle finger on Jax.
Yeah.
Like, look
Yeah.
at me. I'm not the biggest Jax player. I'm not. Chris plays him. My brother plays him because he's black. So a lot of people like Jax just because he's black. Cool. You know what? Jax is a really good character. That nigga who played Jax, and I'm sorry, bro. This not me coming at you personally. If you ever fan this podcast, I hope you have a really successful acting career. But you look like me if I spent 3 months in the gym. You don't look like that. I'm sorry.
Yo, that's the name of the episode.
So like, if you come to me and I look at this nigga and I'm like, you know who he look like? If you ever watch some TikTok videos of that nigga with the dad hat and the thick ass mustache trying to play a prank on his little sister, that's who he fucking look like, bro. I swear to God, there is no thing that this Jax fucking Briggs. Now look, the Mortal Kombat series, I had a hard time creating Jax. He looks different in every fucking game. But one thing that Jax is, swole ass nigga with fucking arms and he talk like this. That Jax was mostly a chauffeur with fucking arms the size of a bionicle, and only niggas that understand that they watch Cartoon Networks in the early 2000s. So it pisses me off. Okay, and for anybody who know Bionicle, that's that Lego offshoot. The things had different elements. They had that one red dude sliding down lava, and they had the white dude going down the ice thing. Y'all aunties ain't buy you that. Came with a little box like this. You had to create them. They had the little glowing eyes and shit like that. Look it up. Look up Bionicle, bro. Y'all don't understand. But look, that's how Jax's arms look. If you look up a Bionicle character, that was Jax. Sonya was getting disrespected left and right. One
of the worst
power
characters
system,
in that movie.
The power system in that fucking movie ass, right? Oh, you gotta unlock your such and such. Man, fuck that. These niggas are fighting, all right? That's all we fucking do. That's all I want to. There is no reason. We round up the best fighters of Earth. They got Outworld and things of that nature. We go at it. Whoever dies, dies. That's the premise of Mortal Kombat. And I'm gonna stop talking after this one. Sonya literally was getting her ass thrashed by Melina, which is the best thing of that whole entire movie, is Melina, was getting thrashed by Melina. Melina was about to kill her. You ain't even got no elder blood. I'm gone. Or what was it called?
She said you don't have the mark of the crest of the chosen.
Yeah, she didn't have the mark of the
crest of the chosen.
Stupid shit.
Right. Okay. She don't have a mark of the chosen. What if she just decided to get up and pop your ass with a bullet? Did she have a mark of the chosen in? Was she have a mark of the chosen out?
Because this thing, Sonya was holding her own in most of the fights.
Tell me what, other than Goro was a good death. Tell me one fucking death in that movie that wasn't complete bullshit. And the fucking dragon bitch, but who gives a crap about her? Nobody likes her in Deception anyway.
Raiko.
That's the funny thing here.
Raiko. Nobody gives a fuck about Raiko, nigga.
My niggas. I know all the Mortal Kombat games, probably except for 3, because that was a really broken game. If you change the Shang Tsung's 3, your game will freeze, and it probably wouldn't unfreeze, so you have to restart the game if you play with Shang. But I know pretty much every Mortal Kombat game, so I know fucking characters. That dragon bitch that begins with a K, the reason I know she begins with a fucking K is because I fucking likes her.
No, it's Natara. Her name starts with an N.
Yeah, her name was Natara.
Oh, well, fuck her. See? Man, she like the dragon bitch. I mean, the dragon dude. Hello?
I don't know who she was, bro. She was
on Deadly. She was only on Deadly Alliance and Armageddon. That just shows how much they give a fuck about her. So
cool, you're legit. All right, great.
Oh yeah. Like Natara's not worth
this joint because I know he with you. Tell him I know everything. Tell him to finish that meat, and then y'all can dig in. And I dig in.
Pause.
Nigga, we talk about Mortal Kombat. There's a lot of meat, especially the character meat, which would have made this fucking movie better. All right, Tyler. The character meat, which would have made this movie better, because at least that outlandish shit would have been amazing. But I'm gonna let y'all talk because I'm really fucking mad. Like I enjoy my fucking weekends. I wasted my time. I'm mad.
All right, so I'll go next. So I saw the movie, enjoyed it with a woman. Nice vibe. We both enjoy Mortal Kombat, so it was like, all right, cool. So go watch the movie. So we chilling, eating, watching the movie. first 7 minutes that we all saw on social media. Well, I saw the first
Smoke and
4.
mirrors.
It was very smoke and mirrors. So, they introduced us to this bitch ass nigga Cole. That nigga bitch. How you an MMA fighter with no hands? So, to get that out the way, MMA fighter with no hands. He still didn't have hands towards the end. So
No, he was a retired MMA because he used to be good, but something happened and now he sucks.
trash.
Retired MMA fighter who gotta remember to throw an uppercut in a situation in which you throw an uppercut. Fuck that. All right.
Yeah, trash. Trash. He probably was retired for a reason. He was retired for a reason because he was trash. Like, so, hey. So, introduced Cole, his family, you know, all of that shit. So I'm like, okay, whatever.
How long did it take you to realize that was like his wife and kids? Because at first I was like, "What
Bro,
the heck are these people?"
Me and Shorty was like, what was that? Ew, what the fuck? I thought that was his little sister, and then I was like, wait, what's going on? So like, they did a horrible job introducing that. So they had to dine out the bam. So all I'm gonna say is this, and this is my highlight of the movie. Was each time Sub-Zero popped up. Yes, I am a Jax main. As a black man who plays all the black characters on fighting games, it's a habit of mine. Support the people. But Sub-Zero is my second favorite character.
Sub-Zero's first.
Black Air Force energy, the whole movie. Real nigga shit right there. I was like, alright, cool, pulled up. For one, that nigga dropped hell on niggas, G. All throughout that diner, it was like niggas gonna die. Jax pulls for one, and the introduction to Jax was just hilarious because I'm like, gee, like, come on, bro, like, I'm in Daytron, I'm really mad.
Pulled up in a fucking Tahoe. Fuck you, Jax. Fuck you.
So yeah, so I'm like, okay, meet the man. This Sub-Zero pops up. So you like, oh shit, Sub-Zero here. What is this Tahoe made out of to survive a hailstorm from Sub-Zero? And the pieces that hail was the size.
No windows cracked or anything.
I'm trying to find something. The PS5 controller, the size of this, and not that Tahoe ate that shit. So I'm sitting there, I'm like, okay, whatever, cool. I'm like, we just sitting there like, yo, what the hell? And I'm like, okay, whatever. So move on. For one, why does Jax turn into an empty alleyway? Sub-Zero right there. Like, you can't run from Black Air Force energy. That's the mood here. So this is my problem. He chooses to fight him. You take out a gun. Also, I did not know this took place in Chicago because, for one, there is no diners like that in Chicago.
This took place in Chicago?
Yes.
Disrespectful as hell.
And Cole is from the South Side.
Oh, he disrespectful. Oh no, that's y'all. That's y'all, G.
Oh,
I'm
no,
from that's all y'all,
see,
G.
this is the thing.
We don't claim that though.
There's 2 different times of South Side in Chicago. Let's get this fucking clear for the niggas who don't live in Chicago.
Exactly.
There's the niggas who rep the fucking White Sox South Side, and then there's the South Side of Chicago. The niggas who rep the White Sox South Side believe that the South Side of Chicago literally stops at Sox 35th. And which, that's the only time you go past Roosevelt is when you want to go to Sox 35th.
Yeah.
That is the only fucking time.
Huge difference.
The rest of the South Side of Chicago starts after Sox 35th. That's when you get there. That's when you can smell the Maxwells hitting your fucking nostrils and realize why they put too many onions on the fucking Polish. That's when you go to Harold's and realize that lemon pepper and goddamn mild sauce make a yin and yang when they put a lot of fucking, when they fry your chicken hard. That's the South Side of Chicago. And you also get Italian Fiesta, even though it clogs your fucking colon up, it's really, really fucking good. So there is.
It's a huge.
The Cole is White Sox.
Cole is from, I'm going to go to this hot dog spot and put a pick on the side of my hot dog.
Cole is like, I driven through 79th Street once, Southside.
I went to 79th Street, I went to the beach, and that was to help clean it up. Like, no, fuck Cole. I don't rock with him.
Yeah. So, that's when I was like, okay. And then this is the most wild part. This is a lot of wild parts, but this is the most flagrant. He told that nigga, take your family to Gary, Indiana. He told that. Look, see, you get Chicago lessons here. Gary, Indiana is literally like the border of Illinois, Chicago, and all of that. It's like right there. It's like they're like I consider Gary, Indiana like an extension of the West Side, pretty much. Even though it's east of the West Side of Chicago. Literally, we got cut. You have at least one family member or know somebody from Gary, Indiana.
Or somebody Gibbs. That's moving there.
Exactly. Shout out to Freddie Gibbs. Shout out to Michael Jackson. All of them, Gary, Indiana legends. But gee, nobody willingly wants to.
Shout out to Miss Natural. He's a Gary, Indiana legend too.
Hey.
A lot of people know who Miss Natural is. I dare you to search it up on the internet.
Hey. So anyway, I'm like, why are you telling this man to go to Indiana? And why is him and Sonya based in Gary, Indiana? Special Forces budget is that bad? So yeah. So Jax approaches Sub-Zero, pretty much gets his ass kicked, washed, broke that nigga's arms. No, it's not. He just didn't shatter his arms. He broke his arms, each one, froze them, looked him in the face, didn't say a word. Broke the shit. Looked him in the face again. Pushed that nigga off the little thing. Head hits a piece of the little floor. I'm like, that nigga dead. So, at this point, I'm like, this movie, I'm like, okay, Sub-Zero's that nigga. But now, I'm not really, like, the Sonya shit, ass. Like, I feel bad for Sonya. Like, I feel so bad. The fact that Kano was the only one I felt like who was actually in character.
Yes. He was the best of the three.
I think Kano, the dude who played Kano, was the only one who legit played Mortal Kombat games and said, I know how Kano's supposed to be.
Sounded like Kano, looked a little bit like Kano, and had the same mannerisms as Kano.
Exactly.
Even though it's fuck the whole cast. Kano, and if you know anything about Kung Lao and him being over fucking scary, he got killed in almost every video game he was part of. Folks played his character too. It's still fuck the whole cast. Fuck all of them. Kano and Kung Lao.
So it's a less fuck you to them.
Yeah, it's less.
It's an extreme higher tier fuck you to Raiden. One of y'all can talk about that.
Oh my
I'm getting
God.
to that. I'm just going because like so they start introducing motherfuckers. So like at this point, like I don't give a fuck about Cole. Kano's cool. Kano killed Reptile. Shout out to that. The fact that they used the Deadly Alliance Reptile shows how much they don't give a fuck about Reptile. What? Nature looks so shocked.
Oh, my bad. I'm like, when the fuck Reptile happened?
Yeah, Reptile was. Yeah.
I fell asleep watching this movie. So there was two times I fell asleep. So there was the time when Reptile showed up and I didn't peep, and there was the time whenever Raiden put that wall up around the fortress. Those two times I didn't really get to see because I fell asleep on it.
Okay, but yeah, Kano had a good moment. Like the action scenes were good. Like I can't sit in cap. The action scenes really helped this movie up. It is literally, but still. So fast forward a little bit more. We get introduced. They're trying to get to the Raiden's
Temple.
Or whatever. Raiden's Temple, which is literally in the middle of fucking nowhere. And they run into Liu Kang. Liu Kang. I'm sitting there. I'm like,
that CGI fireball was terrible.
It was. It really was. So that happened. And I'm just like, okay, what the fuck? It was just the fact Liu Kang's definitely somebody that needs recasting.
He did not look, act, or feel like Liu Kang to me.
He didn't at all. And then, like, I just kind of want to.
Native American. I really thought that nigga was Native American, probably. Like, you look at it, you look like Nightwolf.
Like, again, no offense to dude who acted him, but
it's just
no. It just was a no.
Yeah, it was just what the fuck. It's like, why? So Liu Kang. Then his backstory. It was like him saying I was an orphan, and then X, Y, and Z. Raiden found me, and then how I got my crest, I was jealous because Kung Lao that nigga, and I killed somebody, and I got the crest, and now I found my arcana. And I was like, so you turned Liu Kang into a killer and this is why the crest storyline was just it was unnecessary, because this is the thing. It would have made sense if you was just purposely Raiden's chosen person. Like, it would have made so much more sense. And then also, to kill somebody, you get the crest thing was just stupid, because because to me it's like somebody like Sonya, regardless, is like she's fighting on par with some of these people, fought better than fucking Kano at times, and it's like
technology.
Exactly, and we're gonna get to that. Like, that chosen one shit was stupid as hell, because then you got to factor in, you got niggas who's on Earthrealm fighting for Outworld, getting 8 powers and shit, like, make it make sense. But so yeah, Liu Kang, just, I don't know what the fuck. Kung Lao, I love Kung Lao. He's like he's my third favorite character. He popped up, I was like, oh shit, okay. He feels like Kung Lao. Kung Lao is a freaking prick. He's a prick Shaolin monk. I can't cap. So he actually felt like a prick Shaolin monk who, I'm experienced. I do this shit. He felt more he felt more in character. Once again, he was another guy who I played Mortal Kombat. He probably definitely studied Shaolin monks, Kung Lao. It was like, I'm gonna be a fucking prick. And that's who Kung Lao is. Mixed in with some, I'm that nigga. And he had the swagger. That's one thing I like about Kung Lao, is the swagger. He got it down. So Kung Lao, he could stay. He cool. So now I'm just like, okay, whatever. Now the Arcana shit, ass. I like, gee, it'd be one thing if it was just like, oh, okay, but like, for that to be one, Jax is alive, by the way. Around this time frame, we learned that he has little tink arms. He has little tink arms. If you don't know who Lil Tink is, watch Cat Williams. I highly recommend you watch that stand up. I'm trying to wrap up here because I'm just like, some of these, it's just the Earthrealm niggas that just piss me the fuck. It's just the Arcana shit was so ass, because like, that don't got nothing to do with how they got their powers. Kano had his powers because he had a fucking bionic eye, because he's a fucking mercenary. He stole this shit and implanted on himself. That's how he got freaking laser beams coming out of this goddamn eye.
The rest of them niggas was just made like that, man.
Exactly. Now, it'd be one thing, oh, Jax got his freaking arms blown off. The Shaolin monks came, saved him, and all of that, which makes sense. And then Sonya like, oh, he ain't got no arms. Okay, y'all got him back to life. Okay, let me call up Wap the Bam. Okay. No, Jax gets his big arms by literally releasing his Arcana because Sonya was in danger. So then that
shit don't make sense, bro.
Exactly, it didn't.
It don't make sense.
Your special ability is to make your arm bigger. That is the worst power. I'd be mad as fuck against. I'd be like, Raiden, you a bitch ass nigga.
It really is. It really is. It was so disappointing. Let me get to Raiden real quick. I don't know if this dude don't know that early on Raiden wasn't an asshole until he became Dark Raiden. Once again, I don't think some of these people played the games properly. Raiden was not an asshole. Dumb, lazy, don't think things all the way through, but he's not an asshole yet. So it's like, why is he presented this way? I had a problem with that.
Him,
and he was
never
horrible.
Again.
Am I the only one that kind of struggled to hear what he was trying to say? And I don't mean it try to be offensive to it, but it was just,
bro. When I saw his face reveal, I was like, this is not Raiden.
Like, he didn't feel intimidated. He didn't feel like a guy.
The same shit it's fucking stupid because you got a nigga who everybody say, hey, yo, they're going to Shang Tsung. And that's the nigga you don't cast. There's literally a nigga that they did a whole mocap for in a Mortal Kombat game where they promoted everything because he was in the first Mortal Kombat movie. Yo, this guy is worldly recognized as Shang Tsung. Just cast him. Did he fucking die or something? No.
No, he didn't die.
Random ass nigga that I don't even remember. All I remember is fucking dude said, hey, he's sucking his soul. That's it.
Also, let me just get to that now. Killing Kung Lao off like that was stupid.
The soul suck.
And then just like to make it comedic.
Has to fucking die. I don't know why. That's just the unsolved thing. Kung Lao has to die.
I swear, literally. But I'm like, you could have saved that for 2. But the fact that Kung Lao dies for Liu Kang's character development was ass. He died for character development. And even then, Liu Kang is still a side character at this point. So now,
what character development?
Like, it makes no sense. Like, his death made no freaking sense. Especially, like, okay, I get it. Because they established Kung Lao as that nigga. He literally flawless victory Natara, who nobody gives a fuck about. Fatality the bitch. And then in the midst of this, Shang Tsung was like,
a flawless victory too. I want to shoot myself. Oh my god.
Those little punchlines were hilarious because I'm like, it wasn't even necessary. But it was just like, come on. But that pissed me off so much. Was just that. Cole getting his power was stupid, and then his power is literally I get beat up and then I release energy.
Cause you a bitch. That's why. Cause you a fucking bitch. That's his power. I'm a bitch. I got a handicap.
Exactly.
So let me...
Like my power is absorb the damage I take because I'm a bitch, and then I throw it back at you.
Like getting beat up. I got it.
Like like so much of that movie pissed me off. Like I enjoyed it because of the action. It like, and then just the movie, the plot. It's just a story. Like I understand. Like they supposedly it's supposed to be a trilogy. Supposedly.
No, it's not.
Supposedly, because the Sub-Zero
I'm not saying that's not what they thinking. Why ain't nobody watching no Mortal Kombat 2?
You don't understand the amount that niggas love Mortal Kombat. That they literally.
Yeah. I'm definitely gonna talk about that shit.
That's the thing. The niggas love Mortal Kombat faithfully. G. It was a theory of mine months ago, but this confirmed it. But niggas is gonna see it because it's ass, but they're gonna see it regardless. The amount niggas just love Mortal Kombat, G. But supposedly, because the actor who did Sub-Zero said he signed up for 3 movies. Regardless, it's definitely probably gonna get a sequel regardless. I don't know about 3, but I'm hoping that the second one establishes the tournament. I'm hoping because G. This established cold shit is ass. At least that way, if you get a tournament, it's just fighting. At least I get hands. I know literally it's a taboo of this podcast, but gee, at least I get hands for 90% of the movie and less talking. Like the first movie. That's all I asked for. It was, like I said on Facebook, it's a non-Chicago decent because the action was so good and Sub-Zero was really whooping these niggas' asses. And plus, we might get Noob Saibot too. So, I'm cool for that. Look, man, Noob Saibot cold. So, I'll take that.
Yeah, so is Liu Kang.
That's my second dude.
But yeah, so like non-Chicago decent. If you know, and it's a difference between Chicago decent and non-Chicago decent. If you don't know, then you should know. Now you know. That's all I gotta say.
All right. So for me, I'm gonna put it like this. This movie is a clear definition of why nostalgia can ruin things. Let me put it like this. The original Mortal Kombat and the sequel are ass. I'm just gonna put it like that.
Yeah,
both those movies, if you take the nostalgia glasses off and you look at those, if you look at those movies nowadays compared to today's cinematics, if you remove the nostalgia glasses, the movies ain't that. They just ain't.
I agree with you. I agree with you completely. I say 2 is
Two
just
is horrible.
extremely
2 is one of the
bad.
worst
2
movies
is just
ever.
ass.
It's just a
One
bad,
was good for. I'll say that one was good for its time.
One at the time was a mid movie. As you continuously watch it, you realize how bad it is. But I will say this, and I'm not taking your time, okay? The nigga landed a bicycle kick in one. What the fuck did Liu Kang do?
He did. He did.
He did do a bicycle kick. He did do a bicycle kick.
Liu Kang did 2 kicks in the air and get back on the ground. Fuck that nigga,
ass.
bro.
It was ass.
My bad, Cam. Go ahead.
No, it's good. It's good. But like, this is the reason why people are standing this movie is solely because of nostalgia. It's solely because when I was a kid, I saw the original Mortal Kombat. Now I get an upgraded version, and now it's perfect in there. Because like I've been seeing some people like say this movie is great. I don't know why people think it's bad. Blah blah blah. That's nostalgia, G. That's the nostalgia talk. I get it. Mortal Kombat. I wouldn't say I'm the biggest Mortal Kombat because Mortal Kombat 11, I'll continue to say that story was ass to me. 10 was all right. 9 was good, but 10 and 11 was like, I could do without it. But for the movie itself, action was good to subpar. The beginning, I said it in the chat, but the first 7 minutes were smoke and mirrors. It was aside from the final Sub-Zero Scorpion confrontation, the first 7 minutes of the movie was the best part. The best part. I wish I could have recorded me saying this. I literally, after the first 7 minutes, I paused and I was like, dog, if the rest of the movie is like this is gonna be the best video game movie, the best Mortal Kombat movie of all time. And then after that scene, niggas started talking, and I was like,
After that scene, Cole popped up.
Yeah, Cole popped up. My thoughts on Cole: kill that nigga in the second movie. I don't want to see him at all. The whole it takes away from Scorpion's character because it's like his whole motive, the reason why he's such a hellfire bent revenge demon is because Sub-Zero wipes out his entire clan, kills all of them niggas. But his son survived. And it's like, this is the son of Scorpion. I'm not the biggest Scorpion fan, but Scorpion is a real ass nigga. How you go be a bitch to a real ass nigga, bro? Can't do that. You can't do that. I don't care about his family. His power up was dumb as shit. Like, him as a character just sucked in general. There was nothing good, nothing redeeming about his character. Actor, no offense to you, but they did you bogus. I don't know what they did. Story. We didn't really talk about the story much, but what was the conflict in this fucking movie? What was it?
If I had to sit there,
they got the little marks.
Sub-Zero. That was the conflict. He was pressing it.
Here's the thing. Here's the thing, right? Sub-Zero was a real ass nigga, right? But he only killed 3 people.
He killed 3?
Yeah, he did. He killed
3 people that we know and care of. Scorpion, wife, kid. That nigga sucked at finishing the job.
Honestly, if I blow a nigga's arms off, I'll be surprised that nigga alive too. He shouldn't be alive.
Listen, there's a whole freaking zombie movie called Double Tap, G. You double tap. Make sure that nigga dead. Don't just drop him off and go like, all right, I'm done. But like, nah, so Sub-Zero was cool. And the thing is, they wanted to build this whole dynamic between Cole and his father. And then at the ending sequence, when Sub-Zero, Scorpion, and Cole had this confrontation, there was no like, hey, dad, or I can tell you, my son. Like, none of that shit. It was like, hey, shout out to you, bro. Peace. See you in the sequel. Like, what the fuck? What was that? Replace Cole. You teased us. You dick teased us. The next movie is go have Johnny Cage. Kill that nigga Cole off, and either make Liu Kang the main character or fucking make Johnny Cage the main character.
Hey, look,
if
you put Johnny Cage I demand you put the Miz. I demand it. I demand it. There's no frog splash.
I agree. You give Miz that moment, but I say the reason why that shit's so fucking stupid, and the reason why it seems like perfect, and the crazy thing is, people who's listening who liked the movie, the crazy why you looking at, it'd be perfect if Luke Kane or Johnny Cage was the main characters of the movie, because those niggas are the original main characters of the first Mortal Kombat tournament.
Mm-hmm.
If you put them two niggas, that's the main character of the next movie, and kill off Cole in the first 10 seconds, you will have a superior movie. You have a superior movie. What's up, big bro? So, I don't even know what to fucking say. I can't wait to talk about Invincible, because I'm be all relaxed.
Yeah. I'm gonna wrap it up like this.
Yeah.
This movie was 5 out of 10.
Yeah, that's
right.
Average.
Yeah. Average.
Hey, I'm sorry. We done talked about some average shit.
However, that's upon my first viewing. Because context, I just had finished editing the second video, right? So I was like, you know what I'm going to do? I'll watch Mortal Kombat, get something to eat, watch the movie, and then I'm going to go and start editing part 3. After I got done watching Mortal Kombat, I was drained. I was like, bro, I don't feel like doing nothing else. The movie took me out. So first viewing, I was like, damn, this is some good action. But upon reflection, this is not an average film. To me, you hype this movie up. They hyped this movie up to hell and back. They were like, this is going to be the definitive Mortal Kombat movie. I had to pay for HBO Max for a second month. So that's now $30 I put into you. So I'm gonna factor in that as well. So far, you are 0 for 3 for me. I didn't really like Justice League was okay, but like, come on now, wasn't all that.
No, wait,
Godzilla
no, Cam,
King.
0 for 4. 0 for 4.
What's
Wonder
the
Woman.
0 for 4. Wonder Woman, Justice League, Godzilla vs. King Kong. I know some people are like, oh, it's a good movie. Them niggas talk too much. Again, I'm not here to see humans talk. I want to see Godzilla and King Kong beat the shit out of it. I don't care if niggas go, but you want to see a 2-hour movie of an ape and a lizard beating? Yes. No humans. No humans just fucking going around the earth, destroying buildings and fighting each other. I don't give a shit about niggas fucking the freaking little girl who talked. None of that shit. And then this movie. So HBO Max, you 0 for 4. 0 for 4. Y'all like Crunchyroll originals. 2 for 20. Y'all can't make it work. So on top of all those factors, this movie, for me, and I don't care if you enjoyed the movie, I don't give a shit. Me not enjoying the movie shouldn't take the fact that you enjoyed the movie, and you enjoying the movie doesn't take from the fact that I didn't enjoy the movie. So my final verdict for this piece of shit film is a 3 out of 10.
Damn.
Below average. Below. Don't waste. I hope to God y'all did not go out and see this movie in theaters, because y'all got sent the fuck off. And don't pay for HBO. Sponge off of somebody and watch this movie if you desperately need to see it. But that's it for me. This movie fucking sucked.
So the next major HBO Max is Space Jam. That's the next major one.
I'm not gonna have an opinion off that shit. It's a kids movie. One last thing. I say what can the saving grace. It is not gonna happen. But I would say this: if you are a nigga who knows the producer's sister, who can get in contact with the producer of this show or the creator of this, the best thing you could do for a Mortal Kombat live action to go well is make it into an episodic TV show. That's it. You do that. There's a lot of ways that you can create you can build characters up, because these niggas are from video games that's older than the people in this pod, probably except for Chris. So
hold on.
There is a
you gotta look it up. Low-key, it's probably as old as you, Chris, because you was around when the Nintendo came out, right?
Yes.
Chris was there when they was playing fucking video games in a thing called an arcade.
The Pong.
So like, So, like, when if they could do something like that, because the Mortal Kombat animated series was really good. If anybody want to go through the archives and try to find that shit, and
It's
it
not.
work out well.
Thank you. Okay, it's not cool. 92. It came out in 92. Cool.
So there's also a web series that a lot of people love.
That was really good.
Of Mortal Kombat. I didn't watch it because at that point I remember how bad Mortal Kombat 2 was. I was like, I'm not going to watch that web series. But it works out better episodic than it does as a movie, because you're going to get people like me who's extremely invested into the franchise is going to shit on it every chance you get because it's horrible. So, but let's talk about Invincible.
Wait, DC, did you watch it?
Oh, I'm binging it. So I'm a.
You what?
No. Did you watch Mortal Kombat?
No. We talking about Mortal Kombat.
Fuck no.
Oh. All right. Off to Invincible. All right, cool. So, Datra, I'm gonna let you handle the greatness that was this week's Invincible episode. Oh man.
So, we're gonna equate. We can say 6 for 6 was Jordan, but Jordan ain't never get a 7th championship. So we're gonna equate Invincible to KD before he tore his Achilles against the Raptors in the finals. When that nigga did not miss a shot. And I would like to say this show, we can hype it can be overhyped, it can be this. I hear people talk about how bad the animation is. Go fuck yourself.
You like the Mortal Kombat movie?
That person did say the Mortal Kombat movie was fine, except for Cole. But like this show has been on a run that most shows wish they can go on. I'm gonna tell you that right now. Now, as I would say this, how the episode starts off, it starts off straight off from what happened last week. I think it starts off with Omni-Man and his wife talking, or do it starts off with
Oh, she woke up. I recall correctly.
Yeah, she wakes up and then she goes downstairs and talks to him.
Yeah, and talks to him. And I'm still surprised Omni-Man ain't put this chick in a tuna can and just ship her off to Asia.
Thank God.
But like,
thank God.
He loves her.
To do that.
He genuinely loves her.
Yeah.
And that what makes it really well, because you feel like there's a big reason why I got spoiled, by the way. Yeah, I got spoiled. But I know why Omni-Man did that. Don't ask how I got fucking spoiled. I was in a party and one person. Oh no! Hey Tyler, check it out. Come here.
Tyler is our residential superhero comic book.
Hey, tell him
expert.
don't say nothing.
And tell them how I end up knowing how Invincible.
Do not spoil.
Don't say, but tell them how I found that out.
You found out.
What, like his plot and the reason he had to do that.
Don't spoil it.
Don't spoil.
Because you spoiled me. Remember?
Oh, because
yeah, that nigga spoiled me. So if y'all want to blame a reason why I can't enjoy the rest of the show, it's because of him. But that's still my nigga though.
I remember I told you that.
Yeah, exactly.
So y'all know it gets wilder than what it has been. Like if you read up on the actual source material, it's some shit. Y'all ain't even seen the worst of it. Worst is yet to come.
Yeah, and I know half of it because he spoiled me. But no, Tyler my nigga, and it's not gonna stop my enjoyment. But in this aspect, you realize that Omni-Man, he has a reason why he's doing this, right? Boom. I think it shoots off to Mark in the car with his best friend and his girl. And Mark's still with a semi-broken heart at the moment because he's gonna get full broken in a second. He's like, yo, worst part of the episode, by the way. He's like, yo, look, I'm sorry. Look, I can make this up. Basically, he's saying all the shit he's been saying each episode. And she like, no, closes the door on him. And then boom, look, this is the reason why. I'm invincible. I have to do all this. And then she tells this nigga, oh, I know you're a superhero. I'm just mad because you didn't tell me.
Oh, man. Goofy ass bitch. Goofy. That's all I'm gonna say.
All I'm gonna say, in Amber's defense, that is some black woman shit. I'm just saying,
I was about to say that.
That's some black woman
that's
shit,
some real
G.
woman stuff.
Black women specifically. That's why I wasn't mad.
Yeah, that's why I was like, that moment in which, this is why it was written well. Because that moment was supposed to make us feel like this. Was supposed to make us like, bitch, what you mean? Because even Mark said it. Even Mark said, yo, do you know what a fuck a super identity is? But that's why it's written well. It's like, we all, I said in the first couple episodes, I was like, I believe she knows he's a superhero, but it's a reason why, you know, it's a stupid ass reason, but it's still a reason. Now, after that, this one, the episode went to a nice little speed of 6 to fucking 10. And it didn't stop whatsoever until Mark went to go talk to fucking Adam Eve. But, so we go back to Omni-Man. And, she treated Mark, and Mark just left a Mars rock right there. And I guess he felt kind of shitty, but who gives a fucking...
About to start piping Adam Eve. You lost a chance.
Some of that Invincible, and that's when the title pops up on my... But, so Omni-Man realizes that I think it was some niggas in his crib. I forgot how he realized it.
They made a noise.
Huh?
I think they made a noise or something.
Yeah, they made a noise.
Like...
And he absolutely watched these niggas. Now look, we expect that. We expect Omni-Man to watch these niggas. But he absolutely watched.
Can anybody tell me why, in this situation, I'm shooting this nigga. The bullets are clearly bouncing off this nigga's skin like rubber pellets. And I'm still shooting this nigga? Is there a reason why I'm still shooting this nigga?
At that point, I'm asking why we don't got lasers, boss?
Why the fuck am I here?
So at that point, he beats the shit out of everybody in there. Really good shit. And he go to my man's. I'm so hurt this nigga dead because he was like one of my favorite.
I like that guy
just because he's fucking.
I liked how he was animated.
Yeah. He was like, I forget. What's the CI nigga name again?
The main one is Cecil.
Cecil. He called him Cecil's lapdog, and he said whatever, and then he was like, it was an honor to serve you, and then he blew up, and then basically gave Omni-Man some scruffs on him.
Cecil was like, yes, this should delay Omni-Man for an hour or two. Smoke clears up, or not.
And I'm like, in my head, all I hear is, you niggas in trouble. You niggas in trouble. You niggas in trouble. But it didn't move. And I say the pacing in this episode was really good because it was like a roller coaster. It moves to the Marley twins. I finally got their name. I was gonna call them niggas the Run the Jewels twins again. But it moves to the Marley twins. You realize what the Marley twins was doing. You realize Robot was a guy, controlling the machines. And this goes to the second worst part of this episode. Robot wanted to put his brain into another human host. That human host was Rex as a kid. Now,
which is weird. We
realized, Robot was this, and he tricked them all into it and say, I'm gonna send you to jail. Still, Robot has this big ass car robot who didn't put in zero work.
Did nothing.
Absolute zero. Didn't put in no work.
The Run the Jewels is playing in the background, so they wasn't gonna do no work. So.
Yeah, whenever the Run the Jewels is playing, the Marley twins is literally fucking surviving. But after the Run the Jewels play, so Cecil called for all the new heroes, the teen, I like to call them. Well, that's what they call, but I forget the new Guardians.
The new Guardians.
To the hideout. And
be on standby.
What'd you say?
They were pretty much on
all
standby.
The twins had an idea. They were like, we're gonna need some insurance. And then we still got this fucking thing. So, the person
my immortal theory pretty much came to me.
The person that they digged up, they put it on immortal. Whatever. So, what was so we found out why Robot wanted
creepy ass shit.
He wanted to get in a human form, but it was a particular reason in which he wanted to be a child. It's because of Monster Girl. Now, I thought Robot was being like really cordial to Monster Girl because there was a big old scheme in which he wanted Monster Girl to trust on some manipulation type shit. I was completely wrong. He just wanted to fuck. So in that aspect,
that's fucking gross, dog. I'm sorry. I know she's 21 years old, but that's fucking gross.
You can kill the tension in that fucking
nasty
room.
Bitch.
Yeah, bro. He's a sick Negro. But you can kill the tension in that fucking room. Like you can cut it with a knife, bro. Because even they played it as awkward as he looked at Monster Girl.
Especially when Rex is like, he looks like me.
He's like, nigga, you me.
I hate fucking Rex. Let's get that straight.
He's a trash person.
But even me, I'm like I'm with black folks. I'm like, bro, you can ask for consent first.
You see your kid form running around flirting with another kid on some sexual shit.
Exactly.
Because the kid was kind of feeling Rex. Not like that, but like, they got along.
And then Rex was even like, bro, you think that's so fucking weird.
He literally did not let it go.
So she was like, yo, I'm going to need some time, whoop-de-whoop. But as she said that, but she didn't say I'm going to need some time to, fuck you. She said, I'm going to need some time to process this.
No, she said she meant that. She meant I'm gonna need some time to fuck you. That's what the show going.
Don't get to that point. But on that time, black folks like, yo, I think it's the reason why he all called us to be here. And we see Omni-Man putting in fucking work, bro.
Yo, they shot a laser beam from outer space. If you know, what was the thing called from Gears? The laser from Gears?
I know what you're talking about.
Shit.
Yeah.
What was that thing called? The something hammer. I forgot. They shot that on him. It put him down. They said, oh, he's back. That nigga said, I'm going to space. Shot it again. He's flying through it. And kills a satellite, G.
I think it's after
the Hammer of Dawn. That's what it's called.
There we go. The Hammer of Dawn. There we go.
So, mind you, that shit was fire because Cecil called that the most expensive nosebleed ever. And that's all it gave me. Then after that, they sent those robots to him.
Oh yeah, the cyborgs from last week's episode. They put in work too. They kind of put in work.
A lot of people say, "Oh, Omni-Man, they was putting Omni-Man in work." Omni-Man was distracted. He was trying to find.
He's going through a lot of shit right now.
His focus is finding his son.
And then they sent that big ass monster that Omni-Man beat up. They said a couple of months ago. But they jacked it up on all types of steroids, and then the monster has some adaptability like Doomsday, in which it can't be, ooh.
And it doesn't feel pain.
It doesn't feel pain. So, basically, that's when Omni-Man started having his hands full. And this is where we have some, a talk with like Mark and Adam and Eve and things of that nature. You understand what that's about. Mark don't want to be a fucking hero no more because he lost his bitch. Adam and Eve say, yo, you can do whatever you want. You don't have to go by these guidelines. Mark is saying, well, I want to help people, all that type of shit. Woo. Then Adam and Eve like, yo, I gotta go to this distress signal. He's like, you know what? I'm tired of working for the government. I'm gonna stay here. Realizing that, yo, I kind of want to fuck her too. Let me go ahead and see what I can do. Let me go ahead and follow her.
Black ain't work, so let me try white.
Yeah. We try to follow her. Then she basically told him, you like my father. I don't need your help. He just like, yo, I just want to make sure you're straight. Blah, 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 blah.
Daddy issues.
They flying towards Omni-Man. At this point, Omni-Man is beating the shit out of these things. And then Mark pops up. It's all on TV, by the way. So everybody realizing that Omni-Man is fighting something, but not know what's about to happen in like literally 10 seconds. So Mark pops up like, yeah, I'm gonna help you out, Dad. So they start beating this thing ass. And then you go back to the Marvel twins. The Marvel twins are putting this thing on Immortal. And then you get this cool ass flashback of like everything Immortal was before to this day. The nigga was Abraham Lincoln, so like I said, it's fucking Immortal.
Yo, when they showed him about to get shot at the theater, I cried.
It's fuck him. And he ain't do nothing with the civil rights movement, so fuck him. And then the last scene was Omni-Man chopping his fucking head off. And he was like, the monitor was like, hey, Immortal, go kill Robot. He was like, man, fuck this, where's Omni-Man? And he just
because they had the
thing on it. He said
so their deal was we get you your body, Robot, you give us schematics because they was gonna use that to control Immortal so that they could do his bidding. Robot gave him false schematics, and then he was like, fuck that shit, where's Omni-Man?
Yeah. And then the monitor was like, and they just peeled out. They're like, fuck.
We'll see you guys in the sequel or season.
Yeah, exactly. So they he flies off to Omni-Man. Then they start the fight. Cool ass fight scene. Everybody thought Immortal was giving him hands. Now I know that the Drewski picture popping up of him like this, like, hey, Immortal was giving him in. Omni Man said, "Fuck all that. Grab you right here, grab you right here, bow, rip that nigga." Yeah, and then Mark was like, "What the fuck?" Everybody on the screen was like, "What the fuck?" We all was like, "What the fuck? What's going on?" And then that nigga looked at Mark with his eyes red as shit. Son, we have to talk. So, and the episode ends there. That episode was such a roller coaster ride of fucking emotion. So fucking good. If I was to say, like, you know, it was a 10 out of 10 episode, I would say the worst episode so far. I don't think any episode was bad, but the worst episode so far was probably last episode because it was such a fucking cuckold.
It was just a setup episode.
So, but really good setup episode in terms of Mark getting fucking dumped. But this episode itself, I was to say, like, what Invincible is doing, it's no different from what any great show does. And it brings hype towards the fucking source material. And it brings hype to what we watching. It makes Amazon Prime don't seem worthless until the boys come back out. So it's absolutely a good thing Amazon Prime comes with your fucking Amazon.
Amazon Prime
have a thing is Amazon Prime has a lot of shit.
It's 3 for 3 for me.
Yeah.
Amazon
Vinland
Prime
Saga, The Boys, and now Invincible. HBO Max.
Hey.
0 for 4. Just saying.
0 for 4.
I enjoy this episode. I enjoy it. I will say this is probably one of my favorite. I would put this episode up there with some of my Mount Rushmore episodes. And it's more to come. My Mount Rushmore episodes, as much as my friends know, you know, the Dragon Ball Super Tournament of Power episode. Don't make me go get the book and go right to the page of freezing them, knocking them off, because I can. The Tournament of Power episode. I can't really think of every episode right now. I'll give y'all that Mount Rushmore sometime later. Oh, the Vinland Saga Thor's episode before he died when he beat everybody up on that ship.
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood.
Fullmetal Alchemist Brotherhood. Oh shit, they got a lot of my.
It's a lot. So
they got a lot. They got the Hohenheim episode where he met at the fucking graveyard. The last episode, it's a Captain. I mean, President Riley fucking pulling the Bradley, my man. President Bradley fucking making a tank fucking do the jerk. Like, I was like, my God, Fullmetal Alchemist got a lot of my episodes. Yeah. Naruto episode when he told he was telling his father, like, yo, tell mom I did this, tell mom I finally kissed a girl, tell mom, like, that fucking episode, then that made me cry. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep going episodes of shows I love. But it was up there. It is a very good show. If you're not watching Invincible now, like DC, I will tell you to watch.
He binging it. He said he binging it.
Look, I understand that. I really, really, really do. And I hate for us to look, DC. I hate for us to create a hype, and then you like, oh, that's okay. Don't go off our hype. You know, go off your own opinion. Don't, even though they trail saying if you don't like Invincible, I will be sending something to your crib, so don't open the door. But enjoy. Like, it is a very good show for anybody that's not watching it. I'm telling you that right now. Pick it up. It's the last episode. It's this Friday. And I'm telling you, if that season finale was like anything of these first 7 episodes, I'm going to be like a crackhead that ain't going to be able to get a rock in like 6 months. I'm going to be fiending. Just like I am for Vinland Saga. Just like I am for The Boys. Just like I am for Super Part 2. I'm fiending. Never getting Super Part 2, so I got to chalk that up to the L. But I'm fiending. So y'all can talk about the episode, but from Trail over here, just like the Steve Blackman cosplay.
I don't really have much else to add. Like, this is the first episode I think I watched Thursday night, and I had to tell niggas in the chat, watch it tonight if you can. I didn't want to spoil because I know Cam is serious about. Cam has a scheduled time when he watches this shit. So I'm like, I ain't gonna say a word. But this episode was the Omni-Man highlight tape. Mixed in with bullshit, with other shit. But I would sit and say this is literally one of the best episodes of any animated superhero show I ever seen. It's up there in best episodes I ever seen in any TV show. But animated TV series for superhero shit, best. I was impressed. Omni-Man, that nigga. And he put the niggas on t-shirts, G. different breed. That's all I really got to say.
Yeah, not much to add. It was a good show. It was a good show. Good episode.
So, before we do Falcon and Winter Soldier, because we're gonna end the episode on that. Let's do One Piece so DC can get involved, because I feel bad for. I don't want them to just be silent. So let's get DC involved on it. So, DC, I'll let you lead this One Piece discussion.
Pull this bullshit up.
All I'm gonna say is my impression of the chapter was a funny ass chapter. It was a hilarious ass chapter.
I'm gonna say this: anybody that's mad about whatever the fuck Big Mom did, you will stick up your ass.
I love this chapter.
To me, it just showed more depth on Big Mom.
I love this chapter. I loved it.
All right, we start off with the root. Wait, no, I'm tweaking. All right, here we go. Yeah, we do start off on the
yeah, we start on the roof.
Yeah, with Kid and Killer, looking at Big Mom charging up. What is it, Hera? And Kid's like, wait a minute, I thought we locked up the lightning already. And Big Mom's like, all right, it's time to test your strength. And she pulls out a new homie, which I don't know why they're surprised that was feasible. Like, she controls souls. She doesn't have to just use one. And she blasts like a hole inside of Onigashima. Sends both Kid and Killer inside Onigashima. I think they...
Lid and Littler, you mean?
I think Kid got knocked out because his devil fruit thing stopped working and Zeus pops out. Law teleports him and Zoro's like, hey, we're not going to contribute much, so we'll see you. We get to you. The Law and Zoro go dip out. And we have Kaido and Luffy. They exchange some dialogue. Kaido's like, you're enjoying yourself with a more dangerous situation. And Luffy just smiles, and they have a cool, like, Conqueror's hockey clash. It was clean. With Luffy with the kick. Because I'd expect him to do a punch, but I like Luffy pulling out the kicks. He learned a little something from Sanji. So I see you. We cut over back to Lid and Liller, and Hawkins pulls up on him. And Hawkins basically says that I don't know if he meant Killer specifically or Kid and Killer, but he says you have 92% chance to live or die. Was it die?
No, he was saying that, like,
you have a 92%
because Kid took off, and he was saying that I'm glad you took off because I would have had a less chance to capture you both. But now since you're here, you have a 90% chance of dying.
Yeah, and then Killer was like, go to hell, I don't care about your luck. And so I guess we have Killer versus Hawkins, which I
don't care about that.
I just want to see Hawkins do something. And if we could get like a decent, fight, because the Supernova arc, that's like they're frauds at this point. Like, Oda, you're bogus because you didn't do shit with them. So maybe we can get a decent fight out of it. But we seen Zoro tap up both of them, so I guess it is just the fight of the losers right now. And we cut over to page 1, terrorizing Usopp, Nami, and Tama. And this chapter basically confirms she can't control Zoan users because they said, it would be cool if she could use it on page 1.
They have to be, because I looked at a comment and they were saying it has to be Smile Devil Fruit users because what the Smile Devil Fruit does is it literally infuses an animal and a human being together. So they have the actual animal, whereas a Zoan Devil Fruit is just it's not there like
you have qualities, but it's not in your blood.
They're not fusing with an actual animal.
It's just one spirit.
It's like you're getting the qualities without the blood, pretty much.
Yeah, exactly.
The DNA.
So I'm glad Oda pointed that out because that was a hanging plot point that Tom was gonna do something to Kaido. So thank God that's not gonna be a thing.
Would have been fucking hilarious though.
Niggas would have been dropping One Piece, man. But, Tama says that she's scared and that she just wants to get to the hall so she could, command all the Smile users that she's already taken control of, and that's her main role. And then Usopp and Nami are like, we wish we could do more to comfort her. Usopp's able to get page 1 off of the little dog thing, but not for too long. So they're just page 1's a beast, man. I don't know how Oda's gonna write for them to beat him, but
that's what's gonna happen.
I think page 1 gonna get back up, bro. I don't know. I'll save that for later. I don't think Big Mom put him out, but Big Mom pulls up and she's looking for Kid, but she sees Tama, Usopp, and Nami. And she sees Tama and instantly goes mother mode. Now, I like this.
I loved it.
This makes sense. If you're complaining about it not making sense, you're taking yourself too seriously and you're taking the story way too.
For the
This is
fact that Big Mom has
yeah.
a fuck ton of kids,
Infinite.
and even though she's like KOS is the insane big bitch, she cares about her kids.
Yeah.
She genuinely cares about her
She's
kids.
abusive, but she cares about it.
Yeah, she cares. So it's like her seeing her from my perspective. It's like it's the fact that not only is Tama a child, but when she was amnesic, she got to know Tama. She got to know the struggles of Wayno and things like that. And Big Mom is not 100%. She is like when we talk about like chaotic neutral and blah blah blah. Like she's like chaotic law, basically. She has her intentions. If you look at Big Mom as a character and what she tried to do in her land during Whole Cake and inheriting the German kingdom and her role of why she wants to become Pirate King, it's from a good intention of she wants to unite the world. Good intention, flawed approach in how she does it because she's mentally insane. So that's that chaotic side to it.
Extremely flawed. And there's people that said like, "Oh, Big Mom doesn't care about her kids and she threatens to kill them." Every situation where that happened, they were grown, and two, they did something stupid that made her that mad and it was detriment to her dream and her goals. But pretty much, I remember when they said Perospero was lying to her that the cake was on the I forgot what was on their ship. She's like, "So you're telling me that my son is a liar?" So she didn't listen to them. So she cares. There's multiple instances. So I agree with Cam. Like that's within her character. So Big Mom's mad that Okobori Town was destroyed after them helping out the Straw Hats. So Big Mom's mad and she says that even though we're pirates, there's still an honor code. And she conquers hockey punches page 1 to hell. And then it shows the last panel shows Ulti quivering saying
Pressed. She like
hey, I'm interested in that interaction afterwards. I think we may get some Ulti page 1, not a backstory, but like more exposition on their characters, like their sibling dynamic. Maybe they'll go into that. So I think it was an enjoyable chapter. The talking around it is annoying the fuck out of me because people just want to complain about shit. But the weakest parts of the chapter were the Killer and Kid stuff, in my opinion. So
agreed.
Yeah, like Killer and Kid suck, and there's nothing Oda can do at this point to change their minds. That's just my opinion. Niggas is ass.
Yeah, I'll go back to the episode when we literally spent a whole episode dedicated to just roasting Kid for getting his arm lopped off by
ripping his arm off.
So it's like, gee, that is a legendary moment in time. Gee,
niggas don't even watch One Piece, and I had to get in that.
I had faith that Oda was gonna do something, and he just proceeded to dookie on all my expectations.
Yeah, it's just that's his L. That's their L.
It's dead. It's forever dead.
Yeah, this, like even I fucked with Kid a little bit because it's like I like this design and stuff, but it's just like, man, it's booty.
If you count all the shit that happened to him, he lost his arm. His right hand man is on crack forever. Can't swim. His whole crew he got snaked by Apu of all people. You got snaked by
a DJ. And a DJ took your man and took your peoples. G.
And you don't know Rio. You went on the roof and don't know the main thing that you need to damage Kaido.
At least Law has an OP double fruit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You ain't got no excuse.
His biggest feat on that roof was locking away Big Mom's homies. And even then, you didn't do that properly.
You couldn't even do that shit.
You didn't even do that properly. So it's like, gee, it is what it is. But like I said, I enjoyed this chapter. It was a good chapter. The Big Mom shit is just, that's her character. And even to dwell further, her freaking mother, her foster mother, where the hell, her caretaker, well, she ate that bitch, literally was a loving mother who she's highly influenced by. And so it's like, everything makes sense how she feels about Tama. Now, when probably eventually she gonna realize like, oh, you fuck with them niggas. That's gonna kick in. But she's narrow minded and like, oh, there goes Tama. I rocked with her. She was cool, took care of me, good food, vibes. So I'm like, yeah, I got her back. They fucking with her, yeah, I got her back. But it's also gonna lead. This also is a perfect way to lead to Nami reuniting with
Zeus, because Zeus, they did show Zeus.
Yeah, he's in the cut.
At the end of the panel, going, I need Nami to get Zeus and Oda do me a solid, just so we can shut these niggas up when it comes to the Nami versus Robin.
That's a collision course at this point, and I'm cool with that.
Give her Prometheus too.
I doubt
Zeus
that.
and Prometheus.
I doubt it. I doubt it, G.
I just need the troll in me needs him to do this so I can just cement that both battle wise and character wise, Nami is 10 times better than Robin. Because I fucking hate the Robin fan base.
Them niggas gonna be
female Zoro. Y'all are female Zoro fans, essentially. I need y'all to shut up.
Nami gonna get her W. I think regardless of what happens, Nami's gonna look better because she takes out a flying 6 by herself because Brooke is tag teaming with Robin. So either way, Nami fans getting their W.
Be eating. I'm eating. I'm always eating.
After recent review of My Hero chapter, we can double down with that next week because that shit's ass.
One that just came out today.
Yeah, it's nothing really special. It's just talking.
I actually kind of liked it.
I liked the chapter.
I like to talk about it then.
So for this chapter we go. We start off with some gigantic freaking reptilian chick thing getting terrorized by like dudes on the street because she's out at night and they think that she's like a villain or something.
It was April 24th.
You said what?
It was April 24th.
The chapter?
No, it was a joke because say on April 24th was supposed to be.
I'm gonna say that for clown.
Yeah.
I'm gonna definitely say that for fucking clown. But yeah, so they were terrorizing her, and Deku comes and says, "Don't shoot her. She's cool." And she's like, "Oh, I just wanted to escape because I wanted to, I hid out here, and now I want to like go to a hero school to go to safety." And All Might pulls up and is like, takes her to safety. He gives him like a lunch, a bento box basically.
He forgot the whip he pulled up in, bro.
Oh, he pulled up with the whip, boy. You know what I'm saying? That's that All Might cash. Yeah, that's that All Might cash, boy. That's the drip. He like, hey, Deku, bro. You rescue him, I bag him. Because you already know the furry community about to have a field day with old girl. Shout out to Rule 34. And so anyway, we basically cut to them talking. We get more insight on the two people in the
niggas in the corner,
One for All, who are in timeout, and essentially why they were hesitant to help Deku. We find out is because they both came from harsh errors or something like that. What
like
they call
the beginning of the dark times.
Yeah, and essentially they were like, they're mad because it's like, you want to help this nigga Deku? Like, you want to help this nigga Shigaraki? Fuck that. We ain't for it. We want this nigga to die. And then the original One for All, he goes like, listen, you had a chance to kill me, but instead of killing me, you reached your arm out to me. He was like, okay, can we trust Deku? And so now they're both helping Deku as far as giving them their quirk powers. So now Deku has the full ensemble of all of the previous wielders from One for All's power. And basically they're like, okay, kid, it's time to put the gloves on because things is about to get dicey. So I like this chapter. It wasn't a heavy, it kind of felt real short to me, but
yeah,
it wasn't a heavy action or anything but I do like the setup. Now for the longest time I have been very critical of My Hero. There have been a lot of times on this podcast where I was like, I don't know about this no more. But I will say this arc is giving me my innocence I felt with My Hero back when I was binging it and reading the overhaul arc. I am enjoying the hell out of this arc. Probably going to be my favorite arc, even though it is, I think he said this is going to be the last arc, but this is going to be my favorite arc of My Hero because I love what they're doing. This is the last arc. He confirmed it. Yeah, he said it's done after this. So, I am enjoying this arc. I'm liking what they're doing with Deku's character. I'm liking the conflict between. That was to me the most interesting part of My Hero is the conflict between One for All and All for One. So now that that's the main focal point. It's focused on Deku's development not only as a hero but as a character himself, separating himself from All Might's legacy and building up his own. All of those elements are at the forefront, and we get this nigga actually throwing hands efficiently. What more could I ask from that? So I like it. I'm loving it. So shout out to Hirokoshi, and hey, go out with a bang, my boy. Go out with a bang.
I love this chapter as well. I think in terms of Deku as a character, he's writing him in a like even if this is the last arc, he's doing a smooth transition in him being that number one guy because he hasn't fidgeted one time since he's been like this. He hasn't stuttered one time. He hasn't done that nervous shit, but he's still a nice dude. Like the little panels that he does where he like floated up and gave her the umbrella.
Yeah.
And he's not like super aggressive. He's doing a really good job of making him be just I'm taking what was good with All Might and adding my own flair to it. So I agree with Cam. Like he's doing a good job with that. I think I just want more. Like I hope he does more with this, like him on his own stuff. I don't want him to come back to anybody or come back to any UA stuff for a while. Just stick with this for a little bit while longer, please. I don't know.
The shipping community ain't go like that.
This
Deku and Uraraka.
You know Baku gonna come in and help this nigga out when he.
Deku, yeah, Kawaii Detsune.
Horikoshi, I swear to God, please do 10, not 10 chapters.
Don't even not, bro. Bakugo is the most popular character in.
Oh my God!
I don't care. I don't care about this.
Bro, you might as well set yourself up for success and realize
I'm setting it up. I'm just saying.
Bakugo is playing a focal point in that last fight, my nigga. Is Bakugo. He's been there since every major Deku moment. Name a time when he has.
He is gonna be there. He's probably gonna fight like the.
I'm not saying for the whole arc. I'm just saying I don't want to look at the fucking app next week, and I don't want to see no explosive killer god, whatever the heck his name is. I don't want to see no float chick. I don't want to see no frog girl. I don't want to see no dark shadow. I want to keep seeing this.
You know, 2 chapters in a minute, man. Damn.
I don't care about none of them, bro. I don't even care about Mirio. I love that nigga. I love
Mirio got the good, right?
I don't care about it no more. I don't care about none of this. I like this right here. I like this, what I'm seeing, what I'm reading right here. That's just me.
I would use my time to talk about the My Hero chapter to say that the Super chapter was fire this week.
Oh, yeah, the Boruto and the Super chapter came out.
We ain't gotta talk about Boruto because it's Boruto.
Hold on, I want to say this one thing.
Go ahead.
All right. So Boruto introduced a waifu, a new waifu to the series.
Bro, that's garbage.
I'm gonna speed through this. I promise you, I'm gonna speed through this. This week of Boruto, I laughed. I'm telling you, I laughed from start to finish. This was a funny ass chapter. Hilarious. I don't care about code. The chick that they just introduced is so stupidly, hilariously overpowered, it makes no sense. She has the power to see everything in the world at once and know everything in the world at once. And she has the power to see the past at any time she wants. And not only that, she has the ability that any man that sees her that has ties to Otsutsuki, the Otsutsuki clan or something like that. I forgot the qualifications. Pretty much any man, right? Anyone who sees her gets their hearts taken from them, i.e., they fall in love with her. So her whole character thing is that she's mad at one of the niggas, the science niggas that's helping Naruto in the village, because they did that, they experimented on her, and that's how she got the powers. And she's mad because she's like, he took away my ability to have real love. That's essentially what happened. Like, I can't have a genuine romance because every man that looks at me because of my abilities falls deeply in love with me. and she says she's gonna help Code get Boruto or either Boruto or Kawaki because they're needed to revive the Ten Tails to get the freaking chakra fruit or whatever, so that they can become a god or whatever. Stupid ass plot. But she goes like, "I'm gonna help you capture one of them, but you gotta leave one for me because my abilities don't work on them. So I can actually form a genuine love romance with either Boruto or Kawaki." And she's like, "I don't care. I don't care." Like, she's like, "Oh, you don't care if you kill one of them." She's like, "Well, despite appearances, I'm monogamous." So she's like, she wants to help Code get Boruto or Kawaki, form a relationship with one of them, and then another one can be used to be sacrificed to the Ten Tails. That's the current plot in Boruto. Stupid ass shit.
Didn't they say Kishimoto came back too?
You said what?
Didn't they say Kishimoto came back too, like, work with it?
I think he.
A while back.
I guess he. I think he is a part of the full development now. I don't know, but that shit is ass.
A while back that he came back to be part of the writing. He said, "I didn't do so well with the romance the first time, so let me double back down on it." Let me try.
The chick is
Hello,
insane.
I would like to call. Hey, come get this man about my community.
Look, I don't give a fuck about Kishimoto, but I would say this, folks. I'm saying with Al Iverson, man. I mean, not Al Iverson. Marshawn Lynch. No, was it Marshawn Lynch? Whoever said this. I'm just here so I won't get fined. That's what he's
Marshawn Lynch
said to Viz Media. That's what he said to Jump. I'm just here so I won't get fined. I'm about to have some ass story, some straight clappers. I'm just here so I won't get fined. But I would say this about the Boruto chapter this week. The super chapter was really good.
Yeah, super chapter is really good. Goku and Vegeta got a big ass power up. So for all you niggas who gonna be mad that they be getting some BS and stuff, hey, listen, G. That nigga Goku is different now, G. Vegeta's good too. But that nigga Goku having the ability to activate Ultra Instinct from any form now is fucking hype. Oh, also, I told y'all niggas. I don't know about the niggas on the podcast, but I remember we said this. Niggas like, what's the transformation? No, we confirmed it in this chapter. Ultra Instinct is a technique. Goku treated it like a transformation, but the true essence of Ultra Instinct is a technique. So there. That's all I gotta say.
I ain't disagreeing with you. Talk about Tupac.
All right.
I'm Tupac.
See, it's that
I'm
time.
Tupac America.
We gotta talk about MLK, Pac, and Winter Soldier.
MLK, America X, and Winter Soldier.
Exactly. Like, geez, like that, aka the Black Lives Matter episode, because them niggas is mad. Ooh, them niggas is mad.
Hey, yo, check it out, motherfucker. I'm Tupac.
Captain America.
I should have downloaded to when they photoshopped the nigga with the suit on in this picture, bro. So they photoshopped the suit to this picture, bro. I was fucking crying. They fucking stupid because this nigga has a backy.
Oh man.
So you were saying like you said earlier, right? So this is the Jordan series, right? They 6 for 6.
Ooh, what's the Jordan series? This
Because they 6 for 6, right?
Yeah, you can say that, yeah.
Yeah.
If they haven't missed the episode, if it's 6 for 6, you can say it's Jordan. Yes. No, Kareem got 5. Jordan 6 for 6. Now, look, let me tell you something now. Let's get this off. There's a certain thing that comes with calling something fucking Jordan. There's a certain thing. So the reason Invincible can get there because Invincible hype and shit. Woo. Like, and then it's past that. It's 9 episodes. Ain't shit 9 or 8 or whatever.
8.
Call it something Jordan. Calling this shit the Jordan of a Marvel. I'm gonna let y'all deal with that. I fucking hate comic book shit.
Yeah,
I
wouldn't call it that. It's not.
I'm not.
It's great.
You can call it the Scotty went 6. Go ahead, call it the Scotty Pippen of Marvel movies. I mean Marvel shit. Scotty Pippen.
Yeah.
The Phil Jackson of Marvel. The Roderick Federer The nigga who plays tennis. I don't fucking know.
See,
But like I said, if y'all believe in 616, go ahead. I remember I binge watching shit, so every episode was one to me. So I can't even tell y'all that.
But overall, this was a really good episode. Like, it was a really good episode. I can't sit and say it was bad. Like, I'm not even gonna say it's the best episode of the season, but it was definitely the most blackest. This is definitely the blackest episode in terms of making you feel like, okay, whoever wrote this script was black, or it was a black person was over the script writing, because it was like, damn. Not sit there and say it was an agenda push, that you definitely felt like, oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it was a agenda push. Is this the same episode? Was the last episode when this nigga? The worst part of whichever this episode or last episode, I would say this is when U.S. agent said, "Did Lamar's life not matter?" That was the most worst fucking line.
That was this episode. That was this episode. That was this episode.
So
it was just
that was the most.
Like,
it was some stuff I was like,
matter.
I
I understood the context, right? Because the context of it was she was saying that, like, she was saying something about, like, the fact that, like, you've killed all these people, and she's like, yeah, but they're means to an end, basically. So he's saying that his life didn't matter in your grand scheme of things. She's like, no, I didn't give a shit. He's inconsequential. That's essentially
it's just it's just timing. It's just
it was just the timing. It was just like, oh.
I didn't really feel that when I watched the episode. Like, I didn't cringe when he was like,
no, I didn't cringe either. It was just like, huh.
When you look back in hindsight, like,
yeah. That's what I said. Hindsight is the reason I was like, I'm about to lose this game of 2K. They beat my ass right now. But hindsight, I was just like,
I will say this.
I didn't see until somebody told me that shit. It was like, yo, this episode was fire. This episode was fire until this nigga said this one line, folks. I was like, okay, because the whole underlying theme of, like, the last 3 episodes of the show was like, yo, this ain't no fucking black or white, ain't no good and evil on this side of shit. Everybody fuck. Yeah. So, like, I don't think it's a bad line. I was just like, bro, that shit right there. Like, that you can tell folks was going for the, throw that up.
It fits his character.
The character's ass, and I love it so fucking much. He's the worst character in that show, and it was so good.
But yeah, Cam, you probably do a better job of remembering the whole episodes than I do. So you do the summary, and we could just break down random parts.
Yeah, sure. So we basically start the episode with them going to the building in which the Flag Smashers are taking the senators captive because they're doing the vote to basically send the immigrants who came in during the blip to send them back to where they came from. And so Bucky is infiltrating the place, and he's like, okay, I got somebody else who's gonna help you. And that's when we get Sharon. Sharon's her name, right? Yeah, Sharon. Yeah. Sharon comes in with a disguise. She's like, all right, I'm gonna help you. And then we cut to basically Falcon comes in through the window, throws the shield out the window, lands on the ground. We see his suit in all his glory. Fucking suit looks amazing. I'm so glad they stuck to the actual comic book design. It looks dope as hell on him. So shout out to that. And then he's fighting. What's this dude's name? DC?
Beltron.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all didn't tell me GSP was in the fucking show.
I said it like
he said it last week. Last episode.
I'll probably, you know me.
Yeah, so they have a one-on-one fight, and while they're escorting the senators down to trucks to be carried away to a safe location, not knowing the fact that the Flag Smashers have infiltrated the guards and are leading them to another location. So Bucky is trying to intercept, and then some random chick comes up and goes like, yeah, you got a call from Carly, and he's talking to Carly like, hey, listen, you can still walk away from this. Don't escalate. And she's like, it's too late. And thanks for wasting your time with me. Kind of Bucky had a dumbass moment. I'm like, why are you talking to her, bro? Like, do something else.
13 was like, you had one job.
Like, bro, you had one job. So it cuts to Sharon in the garage, and she's looking at the Flag Smashers load the U.S. senators onto a truck to basically be taken away. to a location. While that happens, there's another group of people that get led up to a helicopter. So Sam is infiltrating. He's trying to intercept that helicopter to um, save the people on there, and then on the ground, Bucky is trying to intercept the two vehicles. He manages to catch up to the vehicles, and that's when Carly sets fire to one of them to basically preoccupy Bucky so that he's not after them. And then I think we kind of cut back and forth, but then we get to the Sam rescuing the helicopter scene. He sends his Red Wing to go basically go like, hey, look, go into that helicopter and see if you can find somebody who can
fly a plane,
drive the helicopter. And then he talks to one of the chicks who's being held hostage. He's like, listen, I count of 5, I'm gonna intercept this helicopter, grab the controls, and fly this bitch out of here. So that's what ends up happening. Cool ass scene when he's using the shield to do shit. Dope as hell to see. Shout out to Proud Boy Facebook because they was probably like every scene that Falcon was wielding the shield, they was like
it was like another % down on Rotten Tomatoes.
That's Steve Rogers' shield. And so anyway, we cut down to the ground where nigga Tom Walker comes with his aluminum foil shield.
Yo, I can't. Yo, when we get what happens to that shield, G, we're gonna talk about that later. What, G?
And he's fighting. He's fighting the people while Bucky's, getting the people. He tossing the shield. They smack that bitch out. I'm sorry, that shit. I just need to know. I was watching. Shout out to oh my god, Screen Rants. My pitch meetings. They did a pitch meeting on this series, and it was saying like, why did John Walker think he was going to do something with that shield?
He put no respect on that shield.
That shit. That nigga really thought he was doing something. G. Oh my god, he better be lucky as fuck. He got that super social serum, bro. That's the only reason he's a threat. So basically, things happen as ultimately it leads to Carly taking one of the vehicles and attempting to drive it off to kill the U.S. senators that are inside. This is a good moment for John Walker, right? Because at first I thought they were gonna go like 100%. He's evil, blah blah blah. But they decide to do a really cool moment where he sees the truck is about to fall off and he sees Carly running off. And he ultimately decides to go after the vehicle so that it doesn't drop. One of the flag smashers comes and knocks him down, and then I think Bucky falls down too. And then right before the vehicle is about to fall down, we see my boy Sam rescues the vehicle. The really dope moment, like just showcasing this is Captain America now, nigga. He doing shit. So he flies the vehicle up, goes to the ground, and then they have a confrontation there. Carly and the others, they escape underground. And then we get a twist, basically. And I was fucking right. I said this on the podcast. You can archive it. I said this. I said that Sharon is Power Brokers. Y'all niggas said, no, she not Power Broker. I was like, she's Power Broker. I think she is. And it's revealed.
I transitioned over an episode or two ago, but you was right. You was the first to say.
Yeah, I said it on here. I said that she's Power Broker.
I will say I disagree with you, so you right.
So it's revealed that Sharon is Power Broker, and she was in cahoots with the Flag Smashers, and they ran off and did their own thing because Sharon was using them because she wants power. And so she shoots. I don't think she shoots her, but I think, yeah, she does shoot her. And then Sam walks in, he sees that, and he's like, listen, I don't want to do this. I want to fight you. They have this confrontation like, Sam, I do not want to fight you. You can still change for the better. You can do what you got to do. She overpowers him. She's about to shoot him, and right before she shoots him, Sharon shoots her, kills her, And Falcon, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry." And then Falcon carries her corpse on her. I know this is forbidden to say this, but it just reminds me of this shit. Fucking Tokyo Ghoul Route A when this nigga Kaneki was carrying freaking
Oh my
Hide
God.
in that dumbass walking sequence.
Ass.
It just
It reminded me. It reminded me of a moment too when somebody got their ass clapped and somebody was getting carried. It's a lot of those. Fuck,
he's like,
Too many
but
times.
he carries her down, and she's dead. And then he's like, thank you so much, Sam, Captain America, for getting those terrorists out of here. And then he's like, so is this
That one day.
is this pushing an agenda? Yes, but I do think that this was a critical moment for Sam as Captain America, because that's Captain America's role, is to be this voice of hope and inspiration, and everybody can do the right thing. That's Captain America's character in a nutshell. I mean, that's what Steve was doing. That's literally Steve's character. He was a cheesy ass nigga who said shit to be an inspired speech. The world can connect and all this other good stuff. But I will say that the points that he made specifically in relations to how he worded it, like he was saying that these people rose up to stop you, and they were almost successful. He was like, if you do something, if you do this law, it's like this was a case of like there's no right, there's like no extremely this is 100% the right answer, because they present the two cases where he's like, okay, so are you saying that the people who got blipped back are then they go to their homes and they're occupied? Are you saying that they should be homeless? And he's like, no, I'm not saying that, right? But the point that I think was critical in which he made is that there were a group of people who rose up to stop you because you're going to make a hasty decision that negatively impacted the lives of people who were already living there. Now, if you make this thing, there's going to be a Carly 2.0. Someone else is going to rise, and he's like, you don't want that to happen, because just because we were successful just because we were successful in stopping this time does not mean that the next person who rises up to take control, to do what Carly was doing as far as this one world, one people thing, we may not be successful the next time. So I liked that angle. And it wasn't like Sam was he wasn't saying that like this is what y'all gotta do. He's just saying like he did the Captain America thing. He's like, you have the opportunity, you have the choice to do better. Don't rush in this decision of immediately get them out. You have, and he was like, he's talking to you control the banks. He's like, well, one snap of the finger, you can do whatever you want to. Like, use those resources to make this world better for everybody that's living in there. That's Captain America's role. Period. Was it a cheesy speech? Was it a yeah, you could say that, but like it was needed. Especially for Sam as Captain America. That speech to me was needed, and I enjoyed it. But then after that, it cuts to they're at the I forgot what the building is called, but they're at the place where Sharon, and they go like, hey Sharon, we're going to fully acquit you of all the charges. You can come work at you can get your own position back and all this other stuff. Sharon walks out. She does this cheesy ass anime villain smile as she's walking out the door, like, and that's them niggas. She walks out and she's like, yeah, I'm back. You know what I'm saying? Crazy
Price
white
of the brick
woman.
went up.
I'm mad because I got dick from my technical uncle, my uncle-in-law, technically.
Mm-hmm.
And then he left me to go back with my aunt. And because he left me, my life turned into a living hell, and I had to become power broker. So now I'm evil now. Woo! So I mean, it wasn't really like, I was just kind of like, I guess that's pretty cool. But it was kind of funny just because like I'm just equating this to the fact that she's bitter. She's a bitter bitch. She ain't getting no more Captain America dick. So shout out to that. But yeah, my overall thoughts on this episode, I thoroughly enjoyed this finale. I will say this. I enjoyed this as a whole. I enjoyed this series more than WandaVision. WandaVision was good. WandaVision did a good job of making me excited for every episode, but the finale, I would say, of WandaVision was a little bit disappointing. Not because of like the theories or anything like that. It was more so like the action scenes and stuff like that. It was just kind of like, eh. It was clever the way she defeated Agatha, but it was kind of like CGI fireballs at each other. It was kind of lame. But with Falcon and Winter Soldier, because I think the reason why it was so successful was because they condensed. They had a set amount of episodes to tell a story, to build characters, to have set piece actions and all sort of stuff. They had 6 episodes to do it. Because they had that objective, they were able to make each episode impactful within its own right. Whether it was more action, more character development, so on and so forth. And they were able to do all that stuff within 6 episodes. And I enjoyed the finale. I like the fact that this convinced me because at the start of Falcon and Winter Soldier, I was like, I don't really see him becoming Captain America. Now I'm convinced that yes, he is Captain America, and I'm excited to see him in the future of the MCU. So those are my thoughts.
I'll go next. I really enjoyed the series start to finish. Episode itself, like I said, was good. Like I said, it was definitely like the power pro black, the vibes when it comes to that. Kim, you also didn't talk about the Isaiah, like the interaction he had with Isaiah Bradley.
Yeah.
Just to quickly go over that. I really enjoyed the interaction. It was like a very good like, hey, so you decided to take the shield. I ain't mad at you. Cool, still a nigga, still a little bit of coon, but I respect it. A little Dr. Umar vibes, But you could tell like Bradley was happy that he made his own decision and chose to embrace the mantle, and then just how Sam, being who he is and respect the fact this is a black man, knowing his story, was like, hey, if I'm gonna get some love, I want you to get some love too. It's like, hey, you was out here, you relate more than anybody else here, and let him get his acknowledgement, which was a really dope moment. Seeing the little statue and stuff like that, because like it gave Isaiah Bradley like closure that
closure.
I existed, and I'm not just some Negro that was experimented on. Like I'm acknowledged. I'm part of history, shit like that. So I'm glad that moment happened. But yeah, overall, like it was really good. Enjoyed the start to finish. I'm really like the thing that just really shocked me is just like you can really just tell the scriptwriter team
they had some black people in it.
They had some black people in it. They legit had black people in the room, and when it comes and like just to kind of have this type of moment, it just shows how important it is. Like when you are like Sam was the focus. He's the lead regardless. It's how important it is to have a black person in these rooms, because it's not like Black Panther where it's blackity black. This is a black man in America who's struggling taking up the mantle of being Captain America. So it's not like Black Panther where it's like, yeah, go ahead and have all black people in there. We don't care. With this, is like, maybe we need to have some black people have a say on how certain shit should be handled, and you could tell it was handled really well. All those moments where it's like Sam at home, Sam interactions with his sister, Sam talking to Isaiah Bradley, his feelings, his thoughts on certain situations, and even just how Sam talks up certain stuff is like, you can tell either he had a lot to say or there was black people in the room, and I enjoyed that. And it wasn't like it would have. It's what makes the non-action sequences, or like the non, like because it was more like a secondary storyline in a way, impactful, instead of just being like, I don't really care because I know the journey.
Exposition dump and all of that stuff.
Yeah, because they're like you can. I had my doubts where I'm like, maybe Sam isn't going to be Captain America. Maybe they're going to go with Bucky, actually. Because that was my prediction, I think, around episode 4, where I'm like, it might be Bucky who's taking up the mantle. I don't know. So, just to see, like, it felt realistic. Let's put it that way. It really felt realistic. And they did a good job with that. Story itself was good. Making Carly, who was probably an 18, 19-year-old college student, literally with super soldier serum, literally be a legit threat, it's believable. If you've ever been on a college campus and seen the little acne face teenage who really don't know shit, you give them some superpowers, this is what will happen.
She was the for Star Wars fans. I think they said she's the person who played the main chick in Star Wars. What's the fucking Death Star movie?
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
Yeah, Rogue One. Yeah.
They said she was what?
I think they said that she was the actress who played the main female lead. Like they just did makeup and costumes and stuff, but that was the chick who played.
Oh, well, they did a hell of a job because I didn't recognize it at all.
No, was it Rogue One?
But yeah, so
I seen Rogue One. I don't think that was her.
I don't know. Somebody said that it was they put an actress in Rogue One in the movie. I was watching.
I don't think she might have been in it, but I know.
Yeah, they had to make up the shit out of it. I didn't really see it, but yeah. I like the Flag Smashers being like a threat because it was a real, like, everything just felt really believable, and that's what made it very engaging. Because like, yeah, every episode was pretty much 45 minutes to an hour, damn near, but it was an engaging all throughout, and it wasn't just like, okay, this is the part where I'm about to look at my phone and scroll until something interesting happens. Everything felt engaging. Everything felt like, oh, I can't miss a minute of this. So, shout out to Disney. Shout out to Marvel, MCU, Kevin Feige. Y'all doing y'all thing with these series. Y'all are 2 for 2. Even though I have not, I'm probably never gonna watch WandaVision, but y'all are 2 for 2 so far with the series.
She was in the Han Solo movie.
Oh, okay. But yeah, I'm like, huh? I didn't watch that either because I'm like, no. But yeah, shout out to MCU team, y'all doing y'all thing. Loki drops in June or July, whatever. So yeah, so DC, you could say your thoughts.
I agree that.
Oh, I forgot to talk about the Bucky stuff too, DC. If you want to talk about that.
Bucky stuff.
Yeah,
the Bucky and stuff, like his
role.
When you had the conversation in the apartment, like his whole arc at the end of the series.
I forgot. Okay, yeah, I'll talk about that.
Shang-Chi pulling up on him.
I think, well, I'll just say my thoughts overall, then I can end it off with the Bucky stuff. But like the series was flawed in its ways, but with the fact that they took storylines out of this and it still was a 9 out of 10 in my opinion. I know it's not a 9 out of 10 for a lot of people, but I think for what they were trying to go for with Falcon, and when you write, I agree that there had to be a black person in the room because you're going for the black experience. And although you didn't deep dive into it, I'm glad you didn't, because you did it in a realistic way where you melded political issues with MCU plot and world building. They did an amazing job with that. Creating a narrative for people to discuss about week to week. They did their job. Whether you liked it or disliked it, you're bringing up points that they introduced nonetheless. So the intent was there. They did an amazing job with making Falcon look competent and cool. At the same time, I love that he brought up the fact that I'm a super soldier, no blonde hair. I'm Captain America, no blonde hair, no serum. I love the fact that he said that because although I wanted him to have, powers, this episode showcased he has what it takes to be Captain America. It's not just the serum. It's the intangibles, and he had it. I also enjoyed just him seeing him in that suit, man. Like they showcase how the wings are a lot more durable, more fluid, this is Wakanda tech, because like he blocked the whole helicopter when he saved that person. He was able to like stab the wings into the ground while Carly was punching him. So he's like, I can't wait to see what he's able to do in the movies to come, because he's gonna be badass with the wings. I can't wait. But just in terms of character, Bucky and Falcon are like the key figures. They're the reasons why the show is so fucking amazing. The end where they had him finally listen to what Falcon said the episode prior, where you're not trying to help these people out, you're trying to gain closure, you're trying to avenge. So having him come in and speak and say, the real reason why your son is dead is because I killed them. And they showed him, at first I thought, oh, they're just going to have him walk in and they're going to pan out. But they actually showed him say it to the guy. That was a really good scene. I'd say like the cookout scene I loved watching. That was fucking, I enjoyed the fuck out of that scene. Bucky,
Hey, that was a fun ass scene, G.
Bucky was spitting game too.
bro, he was spitting games. He was walking around, enjoying himself. Like, this is, if you peeped it, this is the first time we seen Bucky act. Like, if you watch the first Captain America movie, Bucky was like a very social, competent
Socially
person.
inept.
Yeah, he was socially, like Steve was the one that was like awkward, and Bucky was the, I'm the life of the party. You finally see that come back. I'm glad they have it. He's not going to be super edgy, even though I liked edgy Bucky. I like this Bucky too. He bounces well. Anthony Mackie are like buds now, so I'm happy to see how that's gonna. I'm curious on how that's gonna play in the Avengers team dynamic. How they're gonna have that go about. We'll just have to wait till how we see who the fuck the other Avengers are. But overall, I love the series. I think it's better than WandaVision. Character standpoint, story standpoint, way better. Now, the side B plot stories and all that stuff that people complain about, I don't care about that because they're side B plot stories for a reason. Main shit did what it was supposed to do. That's it.
Real sad being to watch the series in a day. No, I was watching it while I was at work. I enjoyed it. I would say that for a Marvel B movie, that's what it's like. That shit considered. Let me pause this when I'm watching. It's really fucking good. It's probably my favorite out of all the Bs. But I would say my favorite probably characters is probably U.S. Agent Zemo
John Walker
and Bucky. I think they did amazing. I'm gonna say Anthony Mackie for a little sad part, but I think they did amazing. I think U.S. Agent really played a role of being a white asshole, and I think that role really went to part in which he stopped.
Did you see what his actor looks like now?
I'm gonna look at that. But when he
Like
said
a
Sam,
fucking beard.
when he got Sam to stop talking to Shorty, he's like, okay, now we're gonna have to stop the talking here. This is enough. I was like, bro, this nigga an asshole, but he's so good at it. Did it have moments in which you'll be like, bro, are you pandering? Yeah, but some shit in this world needs some pandering. The shit that they talked about need fucking pandering. Like, it's something that never gets talked about. As much as people like to say, oh, this is woke and that's woke, but you to do something woke, but not in a corny fucking way, is really good. Some of that shit wasn't corny. Only corny one was when he's like, the Lamar life not matter. It was like, but like,
that was his best friend too. So like,
I know, I'm saying that, but the matter part. But other than that, it's like, y'all, they're using something that's current. They're using something that's current times and mixing it in to a Marvel movie. For anybody to say that, oh, this is not what the superhero movie is about, yo, that shit created by Stan Lee. This old fucking comic book strip of saying Stan Lee don't make shit about, woody woo. He makes shit real about diversity and all that type of shit.
He literally
so
said
that dead nigga. So I don't
like,
like.
Said his comments are political.
Yeah, check it out with the dead nigga. But Anthony Mackie is a good actor. Really pains me to say that, not in a hating type of way, because I know who Papa Doc is. He was ass as the role of Papa Doc. He's a great actor. Yeah, it be rap, but no, he was ass as Papa Doc. The only good part about Papa Doc is when he was, choking up. He didn't even really rap in the beginning. Look, I'm not gonna talk about Amen.
You sound like the episode, the Prim episode.
Yeah. And then he was asked in 8 Mile. I mean, not in 8 Mile, in his role as Tupac. But in other movies, Anthony Mackie is a really taller, bro. He was a very B character. I don't think people understand. He was Don Cheadle when it came to Captain America.
Yeah.
He was. But let's think about that. I'm not just saying he's the sidekick. With Bucky and Captain America, that fucking being revolved around them, Bucky seemed like a really main character to the Marvel Universe. Then there was like Don Cheadle and fucking Sam, which they was like, oh yeah, that's their black friends. They had some one-liners and shit like that. For you to go from that character and they tell you, yeah, we're about to have a whole show centered around you. That's shit not easy. Because now you have to really develop yourself. Look at Anthony Mackie looking at me proud as fuck. You have to really develop yourself as a true, comic book character. So shout out to him about that. In terms of like, this compared to WandaVision, then like I always say, fucking hate Marvel, DC shit. Everything is a fucking blur to me. But if I was to go into it as like just watching television, really fucking good. I think shit like this deserves episodic. I necessarily probably don't want to see a movie because it's like they're running out of fucking properties to use. So like, unless you create an original villain, who the fuck gonna be a villain unless you have somebody? And then you gotta realize like Anthony Mackie didn't take the superhero solo, so who the fuck he beating up? So, but they do have the Flag Smashers. Horrible fucking name. I don't know if y'all said that past episode.
I didn't even know what they were called originally.
We like them
Flag
niggas.
Smashers are the worst name I've ever heard in my whole entire life. But as a series, this is not the worst. So let's see if Loki stands up to the taste of time. I think it will.
It'll be better.
Really good actor.
Yeah.
But it's all about the story. And if they can tell the story well, Marvel will be 3 for 3. But is Disney Plus 3 for 3? Fuck no. They like 3 from 126 like HBO.
That's like the Crunchyroll collection, you know what I'm saying? We ain't got time.
Hey, anybody see that dinosaur movie?
Hell no.
Dinosaur movie.
Oh, hell no.
Anybody see Mulan?
Hell no.
Damn, there's something else that came out too.
That Raja Dragon movie? No. Didn't see that
Yeah.
shit either.
A rock film? I don't know.
Did Soul come out on that, or was that before the pandemic?
You know, Soul came on that. Soul was a hit, but they made Soul free because of Black Main. Everything else you have to pay.
That's a
Raja the Dragon, you have to pay.
No. Because it wasn't based in. It censor this word out, Chris. I'm dead serious. Censor this word out. It wasn't made in China.
Oh yeah, and
Oh, so they made it because it wasn't made in China?
Oh yeah.
Mulan,
Y'all,
Mulan was based in China. And you remember we had this conversation way back when we was talking about that bag overseas. Yeah. That's why. That's why they charging for it.
But no, like shout out to Marvel, shout out to Kitty Feed. Fuck them at the same time. But shout out to them. Like I said, it really would be hard to sell this as a cap. They prove niggas wrong all the time, including me. So, cause look at me, I said I wasn't watching that shit, and I binge watching it today because I enjoyed it. I like to say this: GSP is gonna legit be a great not actor, but a good action star in the fucking future.
Yeah.
Even though he had like 15 fucking lines, I'm pretty sure he did his own.
It was a good fight scene. It was a good fight scene.
Yeah. Fucking fire. Shout out to GSP.
Hey, GSP collecting that bag. Went from one pound for pound the best to like, hey, just put me in the action movie. Just give me 2 lines and we good. But yeah, so shout out to Disney Plus. Y'all got one. Shout out to Kevin Feige. You're literally
Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige. Look, bro, you
have to
bag,
build this
bro.
man a monument, G. When it comes
Disney
to the Marvel
owes
universe,
this
G.
man the world, bro. Because this is the thing. The man worked with shit when this all started. Shit. And he literally turned Iron Man into a household name and revived Robert Downey Jr.'s career and made us a whole cinematic universe where it's just like, where he literally was working with shit because he didn't have Spider-Man, he didn't have the X-Men, he pretty much had a few of the A niggas and working with the BC.
A whole bunch of B niggas.
BC
niggas.
and some D's. It was like, and gave us a universe that a lot of people can sit there and be proud of. Shout out to him. Shout out to him. Because even then, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Daytro's right. I'm not going to the movies to see this. But you gave me a 6-episode series where I was like, yo, this is fire. You made a 8-10 episode series for Wanda and Vision. And
New
niggas
characters who I
loved
didn't
it.
give a shit about.
C, D tier heroes.
Man, I can't wait till we see Black Widow in 2025 to actually know if he still in a good track record when it comes to this shit.
Even then, when that finally drops, it's like I said, look, we're gonna put that in the Mortal Kombat world of the action scenes were decent.
But the thing is that the actual quality is gonna be like way better than Mortal Kombat. It's just
exactly.
the actual,
See, like I said,
Yeah.
you know, it's a difference. You got the Disney bag, and
Disney
then whatever
Marvel
the hell
bag.
they were working with. Different budgets, bro. Different budgets. Like, but yeah.
WB saying, you know, we putting this on HBO Max, right? Here you go. That was the bag I was working with.
But yeah, so shout out to Kevin Feige. You legit, you doing your thing. I tried to get that wrong one. But time to do the clowns, G. All right. I gotta think of my clown again, but Cam, I know you say yours is, and I co-sign it. So go ahead.
I got two clowns. First, let me get my goat. My goat of the week goes to a shout out to Buena Beef. I got a free meal from them today, and I mean, like, I walk because, like, the thing is that I can't. The Google Map app said that their store opened at 10, but when I came there, they were still like closed. It was like 10:15, something like that, and I was like at the door. Lady let me in, and I was like, and she was like, "Oh, we're in the middle of an interview." And it's like, "Do you want to order something?" And I was like, "Yeah, I'll order something." And then I guess because they were feeling generous after the interview, I went up to the cash register and dude was like, "Nah, we gonna take care of you, bro. Your order's free." So I was like, "Hey, shout out to y'all." So y'all just want a customer. Buena Beef is like pretty close to where I am, so if I'm ever in the mood for something, you know, I'm gonna stop by there again. So shout out to Buena Beef. My first clown goes to because I think we all have a universal one, but this one in particular, because I didn't even know about this shit. You sick bastards talking about this the April 24th shit. It apparently, I didn't even know until I looked it up on like social media, but apparently it was some niggas who were trying to make April 24th a national rape holiday. Kid you not.
Yep. Them niggas up out of there, man. Fuck them people.
Sick shit. It was like genuinely niggas were saying that April 24th should be a national day of rape. I'm like, bro,
like we honoring rape victims, or we
it's a day in which we should be able to rape people.
What the?
That's some scary hours, bro. Some real scary. That's some purge type shit. That's the with the bullet in your mouth.
I didn't know until I was on Facebook, and I think like I saw a picture saying like some dude had a picture saying April 24th. If I see you do something weird while I'm hanging around my female friends, I'm gonna beat your ass. And I was like, what did they talk about April 24th? And then the comments were saying like there are like a group of people who tried to start this movement, who trying to start this movement to make April 24th like a national day of rape. And I'm like, sick shit, bro. So listen. We do a lot of joking on this podcast, but if there's one thing that I just have absolutely zero tolerance for, is sexual harassment, rape, shit like that. Because that is, when we talk about like, we all dudes, but there is no reason or just anything to do like when it comes to females. That shit, sexual harassment and shit like that is a very, very serious thing. If we ought to like try to make this thing, probably some of y'all are joking, and there are some of you who are genuinely serious, bro. Special place in hell for people like you. So that's my first clown, is niggas who tried to get this shit popping, weirdo ass niggas. And then my second clown, I think we can all be in agreement with this clown, goes to EDP.
Let me take care of that. Let me take care of that. Let me take care of that one. Thanks for reminding me. I'm like, somebody I can think of. But yeah, so EDP, man. Definition of this.
This is a sick Negro.
It's content.
My man's is on straight weird shit.
And when you look at them.
Put this on. Is this what the fuck you look like a piece of shit? This look like some shit.
Combo, nigga. So, if you don't know who EDP is, this is how I got introduced to EDP. In the Wild West days of Twitter, before Tumblr got shut down, and I like to call it before Ferguson happened, days of Twitter. Because after that, Twitter changed after that. But in the good old days, it was like where slander was freedom. If you said something like, damn, bro, Vaseline makes my hands feel moist, niggas sit there like, damn, boy, you about to beat off type shit. Literally. That's how wild Twitter used to be. But, so, it was one day where EDP videos just popped up, and it was because he's a Philadelphia Eagles fan. And football Twitter is a very disrespectful form of Twitter. Fan bases argue. Me, literally, the very few amount of Packers fans that are alive love to roast Bears fans. It's unfortunate. But NFL East Twitter is probably the worst because them niggas legit will roast each other to hell. So, EDP is the face of Philadelphia Eagles fans. He makes reaction videos of them getting mad, wearing literally 5X size jerseys. I don't know how the hell do you find a Michael Vick jersey in a 5X, but Jesus Christ, he does them. And shit like that. That's how he got known. So, with all that being said, that's how he got his reputation. Then, and this is all YouTube. That's what I thought his content was. Then over time, I was just looking at his content. I'm like, oh, now he's doing regular reaction videos, talking about other shit, weird shit like the fact that what he thinks about women, very problematic. By the way, the man is over literally probably like 700 pounds. So take that as well. And it's like, this is a really weird Negro. Really weird. So fast forward, the man literally has, in this wild part, accused of pedophilia with children. These predators. Multiple times. I didn't know it was multiple times until literally the news came out. I was like, oh, okay. He's a sick Negro on the real. Very sick. So, now that things gaining traction, it's like, oh, the people are turning against him. Like, oh, yeah, no, we don't fuck with pedophiles, get him up out of here. So they do the video. He's being weird in the video. He's like, oh, no, I didn't know. I was lonely. My mom's situation, stuff like that. None of that justifies being a pedophile, bro. At all. It doesn't. Like, no reaction videos in the world is that hilarious where it justifies you being a pedophile. It justifies you sitting there talking to a child about, ooh, call me daddy and shit like that. Sending that hilariously nasty photos to children.
He sent videos of him jerking off too to underage kids.
He talks about shit like that on his videos too.
If we talk about the one from the video, that's not they trapped that nigga. That wasn't no kid. Like, the girl reviewed the video. She like 20. She just looked like a kid.
Yeah. But I think they said there were some other cases sent pictures of kids.
Like, them niggas got trapped by some white dudes that's racist, bro. He got a whole time. them niggas literally make a Catch a Predator channel and it's fucking, that whole background story of the niggas who call him is fucking crazy.
Oh yeah.
Realize that caught by it makes you be like, this nigga dumb as fuck.
That's another clown. Them niggas too. Not only for being racist, but the main nigga who's accusing him of stuff. There is a specific clip that this nigga was in the grocery store and he was talking to some woman and he literally said, I kid you not, you can look the video. I recommend you watch Chisel the Adonis' live stream because he caught that nigga lacking in 4K too. He told this chick that, I have a even though he was joking, this is still sick shit to joke about. He said, I have a 3-year-old in my basement. And he was like, I decided to get her something nice because it's my birthday. Oh, because she needs some vitamin D. And then she's like, what are you talking about? And then he's like, well, yeah, I mean, I'd be giving her it without the vitamin. And then he's like, I had to lose my virginity. I'm like, sick ass niggas. Like, definitely.
Hello? I would like to call. Hey, come get this man about my community.
Like, this nigga, like Chisel Adonis said, like, this nigga got his like 15 seconds of fame because he was probably like, oh, I'm gonna put this nigga out here. I'm gonna get him. This gonna make my channel grow. And little did he realize, Twitter is one of those places where people do their research.
It's always that one. It's that one person who would go, let me dig.
It was one person go look at that thing and go like, it's gonna people go, oh man, shout out to you, caught EDP, you did it, and it's gonna be one person go like, fuck this nigga. Yep, caught you lacking, just like you caught EDP lacking in 4K. They caught your ass lacking in 4K. Yep. And you deserve that.
You deserve all of it.
You said I would not apologize for fucking words. You a bitch nigga for some shit like that. Like, oh, he went in and he was like, oh, and he was on his little Instagram live shit like, I'm sorry, I'm not gonna apologize for fucking words. Now I'm not comparing you to the EDP shit, but since that was a fake fucking decoy that y'all set him up with, all he said was fucking words. So y'all in the same fucking boat. Because at the end of the day, it's fucking words around children. And yours is low key fucking worse because yours was actually by a child.
A lot worse. You implied that you had a fucking 3-year-old that you kidnapped and raped a 3-year-old, like dumb fuck. And then you make a video talking about like with the hard R N word going like, oh, it's a bad.
The niggers are coming. The niggers are coming.
Yeah. Don't say that word. It's racist. And he's like, oh, it's probably a mad nigger. And it's like, just goofy shit. The whole situation is goofy in itself. Basically, fuck EDP. Even though that whole situation with them, if that was a decoy, you still got caught lacking on several fronts, and you even admitted it yourself that you was after these underage kids. So you deserve to smoke. And then fuck the dude who recorded them, you a bitch ass nigga. And I have an additional clown that goes to, I forgot about this, 8 Thoughts in his community fan base. That whole situation, bro. Now, little brief history. I used to mess with 8 Thoughts way way back in the day.
We can't hear you, Cam.
Yeah.
Y'all hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, so yeah, I used to mess with 8 Thoughts like way back in the day, right? So it was a couple videos I was like, oh, okay, this man funny. But it was like it was like he started doing these videos and I was just like, what is this man talking about? And then he released so his whole thing is that he likes to troll people, right? And he was doing this one particular thing where he was trolling this one person, and because he like made a crying video or something like that, and he was roasting him in that video. And then like a day later, he himself posted a video of himself crying in front of the camera, going like, "Oh, I'm going through these mental health issues and blah 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 blah." So it's like, nigga, so you can dish the smoke out, but you can't take it. I unsubscribed from him, and I did not like. I just didn't fuck with him. But then it came out to news that like essentially he was doing some fucked up shit to this YouTuber named Drifter. If y'all have if you don't want to listen to it, but like I recommend if you are somebody who's like in the Call of Duty community who's like, oh, 8 Thoughts is let's check out Drifter's video because he was basically harassing this man. And like even the local authorities weren't helping, and to the point where it was like one of his followers impersonated a phone call with a veteran hotline threatening to attempt suicide, and all to troll Drifter because he called and he was like, "Oh, this is Drifter. I'm gonna kill my wife because she's sleeping around with other." Like literally did all this shit. They sent multiple people to this man's actual house with guns and shit like that, continually threatening him because he has a wife, and Drifter already has mental health issues on top of that, so he's dealing with all this stuff. And the local authorities told him not to pursue anything. And then the guy who did the veteran hotline prank call actually went up to his house with a gun to his house, and then he was like, and he was live streaming it. And 8 Thoughts himself was actually hosting the live stream. So people were watching this man go to Drifter's house with a gun. Drifter calls the police, and the police come to basically arrest him. And he's like, "Oh, I was just coming to apologize," when he wasn't. He was coming there to actually harass this man, like they were always doing. And you just hear 8 Thoughts live streaming the whole thing, going like, "Oh, you're gonna go to jail. Oh, this is so hilarious." So it's just mess of a situation for all those people who still fuck with 8 Thoughts, bro. Nah, yeah, I got to give a goofy clown to 402 Thunder too, because he was defending him as well. Like that whole situation is fucking messy, and like that, it's just a whole bunch of nonsense. So yeah, 8 Thoughts as well. 8 Thoughts in his community, his troll community. Y'all get a clown for me too.
Hey, like I ain't got no clown, but like I always say when niggas bring up 8 Thoughts, I'm surprised the Kansas ain't kill him earlier, dog. That's all I care for. And you don't have to censor that, Chris. I really don't care about that man. He said nigger.
He's a.
He never apologized for it. And also,
Oh yeah, another thing.
Twitter, he also one of them niggas who believe that cops kill more white people than black people. He putting up bar graphs and shit. Like I said, I just can't wait till the cancer kill him, dog. That's it.
Hey. Oh, and another thing too to add to how much of a piece of shit he is. He prank called a high school student under Drifter's name and threatened him because he wanted him to put up a video of his father whooping him or something like that. So yeah, he's a piece of shit too. He prank called a high schooler, a child.
Again, it's Velveteen Dream. DC, you got a clown?
No, I got him.
Okay, cool. And I got one last set of clowns. Call of Duty community. Like I said last week's episode, I have Call of Duty Cold War, and I was playing it with a homie, and hopefully this is why I don't fuck the fact that literally they make party chats for a reason, so you don't have to hear other people. But my homie likes to troll people as well sometimes, or interact with people, interact with teammates and stuff. I understand that. I have been playing Call of Duty online since Modern Warfare on the PS3, where you had no choice but to hear it sometimes. You had to literally mute the game to probably just not hear the lobbies. This shit has never changed. The community is ass. The little Timmies, the little Jimmies, the little Timothys, all y'all ain't shit. I hate y'all with a passion. I really do. And that shit's not cool. No wonder the incel count is rising because of shit like that.
N-words,
disrespect
females,
towards women,
disrespecting women. Yeah, yep.
All that lame shit. I'm like, gee, I thought that shit died back then, but it's like maturity has not ever changed. It's just the controller has been passed down, literally. So you guys are my clowns. So yeah, so that's that. Let's go ahead and wrap this episode up. Thank you guys for listening as always. Make sure you copy some merch. You know, I am going since with the launch of the site, I'm also going to work on new product. I'm actually going to legit do the quote t-shirts. So remember, favorite quotes from each of us, I will put on a t-shirt and all of that. So be on the lookout for those. Hopefully I might have those up within the next week and a half. Hopefully I have time. Hopefully it's not that difficult to do because I want to make sure they ain't changed the shit too much. So be on the lookout for new merch, especially as we're going into the summer and shit. So be on the lookout for that. So once again, free shipping, UTM ships, $10 off, UTM vibes 10. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at UTweaking Media, of course. Like, subscribe, comment. Check out the Otaku plays that Cam got going on. Be on the lookout for a lot of the near gameplay. Even more. So be on the lookout for what he got going for that. Really dope content there. Follow us on Twitter at the Black Otakus. Because we're the one and only Black Otakus. And if you listen to us on the audio side, you know, subscribe and share. Share. So thanks for listening and peace.
Johnny.